it is government hospital. When I was sick inside the flight, before we get to Qatar, ambulance has been waiting for me. They took me to Old Ahmed General Hospital, Doha, in Qatar. I was treated free of charge. For 2 days, I didn't pay dime. Now, when they are sick in Nigeria, instead of you to fight for them to have a good, better hospital, for government to give them all this, and you tell them that Jesus will cure sickness. Show me where Jesus has made a crippled person to walk in your village. I will give you 1 million with a plot of land. Show me where Jesus make a blind to see in your compound, in your village, in your yard, in the street where you are living, even in your school. The crippled one that all of you joined study once in university or secondary school, they are still crippled today. You don't want to help yourself. Keep on wandering around. No, keep on moving from one prayer ministry. This year is your year, but you don't have any plan. Black race don't have any plan for this year, 2022. They were jubilating. Crossover. What are you celebrating? Crossover. Which plan do you have to improve this world? Go and go to the internet now. Google Toyota car 2024. White people have designed it. If you can afford it now, pay. They will produce it and give it to you, and that is what is going to provide more than 10,000 job opportunities in every village in their land, in the white man country. And the black man don't have such plan. The plan that the black man have is end time, rapture, prayer, Wednesday prayer, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. You are shouting Holy Ghost fire, 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 because you are a mad person. You are a mad dog. You work nothing. The world is too big for you to control because you are reading Bible. Manufactured by the Chinese, you call unbeliever. Now thousands have died in the church in Delta State. Why can't them rush them, those victims, to their church branch, to their next branch, so that they will use prayer and blood of Jesus to cure them? Now they have rushed them to FMC, to different hospital. So it is now the duty of medical doctor to use medicine manufactured by India, Chinese, and Pakistan. You call unbeliever to treat them. Oh, now they need the lab test, X-ray. Now MRI test is now needed. A CT scan is now needed. Some will not even have money to buy medicine. See, they are dying. So now you can embrace technology. No more Holy Ghost come. Holy Ghost come. Only in Nigeria, where there is no electricity, is where Holy Ghost live. You need technology, right? But it is worldly things, because they build a mansion for you in heaven. White man who slaved you during the slave trade, who chained you like animal, like dog, later they came with a house in heaven. Black man from Anambra, from Enugu, where I came from, they have mansion. That is why your Christian leaders are protecting their life with soldier. Police were armed with AK-47, and they are covering you with the blood of Jesus. You are giving them your hard-earned money, making them rich, and they are telling you that Jesus will make you rich. Because you don't have sense of reasoning. You lack the ability to reason, and that when you have the ability to reason now, that is what qualifies you to be a human being. No, whenever they are, they die. And this incident happened on Tuesday. On working days. And I want to ask you that is in Germany, or in Portugal, or in France, or in London, or in Italy, or in Norway, on China, India, Cambodia, Vietnam, Holland. Have you seen them on Tuesday crying in the church? Have you seen the European citizen, the Portuguese who brought the Bible to you? Have you seen them left their job and gathered in one building in the name of praying to Jesus to give them money, protection? Have you seen it? You don't want to ask questions because the Bible you are reading told you not to ask questions. I'll be asking you how nice you know, man, because people that don't want to reason.
Because obviously we've established the fact that the election is over. You have grievances against the results, but he's been affirmed by the Supreme Court.
You said methodical. Let's now be methodical. What I want to tell you is that the big picture, we say democracy is government. Well, let me just go. Democracy is not government of the people, for the people, by the people. Democracy is government of the people who have earned their rights, for the people who can protect their constitution, by the people who can exercise civil liberties.
So, given what
when they say people, what kind of people? The people who fold their arms while their constitution is violated, then democracy is not for you. I have said it. It belongs to only those who can practice it with due respect.
So just hold on. Right. I was going to ask you what your assessment of the state of democracy is in Nigeria, given what you just said.
It is poor. The people have to wake up to the challenges. For a people that are ready to accept anything, then anything will happen to them.
First of all, let me thank you. We have seen, if you do me good, I will do you good. And if you do good on the other side, we will do good on this side. That is Emeloko. Is that not Emeloko? Emeloko! Emeloko! Asuwaju has done good. It is his turn. It is your turn. It is our turn. If you chop alone, you will die alone. He did not chop alone. So it is his turn to chop too. And that is why Emeloko is very important. So you will hear the voice of Emeloko very soon.
And lastly, the national anthem that I introduced to everyone the last time. So we And that will be my submission for today, guys. On the Jumbotron, there is a post I put up there. It is the official scorecard the APC media team sent out as a proof of Tinubu's achievement within 1 year. You can check it out and have a look at it. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome to Violence Space. Back to you, Saddam.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Make I read down for them. Make I read down for them. So that make you be saying that too. Because now I dey like read. Scorecard. APC scorecard. Approval to institutionalize a 30% representation of young people in government appointments. Make una say I want people to see the kind of people we are dealing with and how they reason and how they think. It's very, very important so that Nigerians can see what they see as achievement in a span of 1 year. Please read. Let me just read it out. This is not violence space, so it is from APC Renewed Hope Scorecard. Scorecard. Approval to institutionalize a 30% representation of young people in government appointments. Approval to restructure and institutionalize the Nigerian Youth Investment Fund. The revamped Youth Investment Fund will receive, will receive 25 billion from the 2023 Supplementary Appropriation Act and an additional 25 billion from the Youth Development Fund in 2024 budget. Approval for the release for 60 billion released from the CBN through the agri investment as SME to Nigerian youth. Nigerian youth is not the day violence space. I beg, I want people to come and testify you. Approval for the establishment of an economic management task force. Complete payment of the 7 billion FX backlog. A new recapitalization benchmark of 500 billion was set by the CBN. A bill to proscribe the salary allowances and fringe benefits of the judicial office holders in Nigeria and for related matters as forwarded to NAS. 3 months ban on foreign trips by government appointees. Jesus Christ. Hi, God have mercy. Commencement of the construction of the 700-kilometer Lagos Calabar Coastal Road with the handover of Phase 1 project of 47.47 km of the dual carriage to the contractor. That is the only contract that they openly put out there as the achievement. A contract that was awarded to Tinubu's godfather. The man that owns 80%, I dare say, 90% of Eco Atlantic. Eco Atlantic, when we talk about your whole VR, your whole Ikoyi everywhere, that man, a Lebanese man, I get am. So you that you're shouting like a fool, like a Ronu bandit, up and down, you don't even have a stake. Now Lebanese man get everywhere for that Lagos. All the high rises that will be built, the land on which the US embassy will be built in that Eco Atlantic was donated by this same man. The same man is a top donor of the Democrat Party in America. The same man is Abacha's bagman, was the man that was laundering money for Abacha. If you don't understand the people that are in power that are holding Nigeria right now, we are under the capture of the most chronic set of criminals ever. Do you know what it means? Like, just imagine you as a Nigerian now. You go and become one of the most influential or strongest man in that country. Let me say in Taiwan. You get so powerful there as a Nigerian that you influence the decision of the government. If Taiwan is burning tomorrow, you have no business. You don't care. Because you know originally you're not from Taiwan. You can always run back to base. You can always run back to Nigeria. That's exactly what's at play at Nigeria right now. That Nigeria is under we're past the stage whereby the godfather of Nigeria, Nigerian politicians are Nigerians. The current godfather that owns Nigeria as we speak right now is a Lebanese man. And that's the person that you are coming to Ronu for and die for. Till the end of your generation, you cannot own half a plot in that land. All of you bandits, all you Ronu bandits together, join you all, sum it all. Till your 5th generation, you cannot, your hard, no matter how hard you work, you cannot own a plot of land in that place. But that's where we are today. Guys, thank you for joining us on the platform today. I see my brother Big Mo. Thank you for joining us. Let's open up the floor right now. Let's bring in Well-meaning Nigeria. Well-meaning, please come in right now. Let's have your submission and open up the floor. Please, guys, share the space, like the space, retweet the space. Let's get more people into the conversation. We can do better. Thank you so much. Well-meaning Nigeria, back to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Saddam. Yeah, good evening to everybody on the space. Good evening, Saddam.
Well-meaning, no verse, I beg, no verse,
Yeah.
no verse, no verse, please. No, I just want to add one more thing before I go in. Please, this scorecard where I just read right now, you guys heard me. All these things could be done under 1 week. I don't know if I'm not making, except I'm exaggerating. I read what I read now. All those things should be achievement of any serious government in 1 week. In 1 week. That's what the tenants have done in 1 year. He passed bill, he signed bill, he do deal, he do that. Nothing that have changed in the lives of Nigerians. When Nigeria, please come in.
Yeah. Personally, I feel mentally abused by the APC. That's how I feel. Feel thoroughly abused by the APC. But first, let me let me quickly give a shout out to everybody. Good evening to everybody on the space. Good evening, Jimmy, Mommy B, Ogamo. Can see everybody. There are a couple of persons around. So big shout out to you. I don't want to start calling names. So first of all, we can save time as well. So I don't fall into the trap of calling some people and not calling other people. Big shout out to everybody on the space. Like Saddam just said, if you are just joining now, you probably joined some minutes ago. Welcome. It's Vawulence space. Today we are discussing the dangers of investing in Lagos. The 1 year of thereabouts. It's May, so it's It's 1 year of the stolen mandate, and also, Peter Obi's media, media, which was more like floated earlier today. So, if you are joining, please do well to go and repost or retweet the space or share it any way you prefer. If you want to retweet it, just click the comment section button, then click the retweet or repost button, or icon rather, which is like two arrows going towards each other. Or if that doesn't work for you, you can as well just click the share. I know it's different on both. On iPhone, it's on the top. On Android, it's at the bottom. But I'm sure if you've started using phone for some time, you know what the share icon looks like on either device. So just click it, copy the link, post it on tweet it as a post, or just share it as a post directly. And as well, you could also, if you have family members, you can tell them to engage the violence space, Facebook and YouTube channel. I was just on the Facebook actually before Saddam coming. Sometimes it's kind of, the French people say tranquille. It's kind of peaceful listening to listening to violence space from Facebook. I don't know how they filter the sound better there, but it's really, really peaceful and just calm. So you could also share with your family members. So again, welcome to everybody. Don't forget, repost the space. Okay, quickly, I'll just run through my own submission, not long, so we could get as much people as we can get, so that we can also probably finish on time today. So the first I'll talk about is the first topic, the dangers of investing in Lagos. So personally, it's already. I mean, I don't need to tell. I mean, anybody that is half smart, you don't need to be very smart. You should know that Lagos, and I mean, whatever ethnicity you are from, whatever you are, you should know that Lagos is a dangerous place as is currently to invest in. I mean, you could give it a try, but I wouldn't really. And this is a very honest opinion. I wouldn't, like, if someone comes to me now, like, a foreign person comes to me now and say, "Oh, I want to go invest in Nigeria. I heard you guys have a very good market, a big population. What's your advice?" Honestly, I won't advise you to go invest. I won't advise you to, invest, except maybe you want to invest in the whole country. So I can say, okay, all the states, fine. But if I had to recommend one state to you, of course, I'll certainly recommend. I won't even recommend my state. I don't want flood to carry your beauty. So I'll most likely recommend Abia State, because I know how much power you'll be saving from not needing to buy fuel. That alone, I can recommend, knowing that you would understand that. But here's the thing: it's already pretty. It's sad to say this as a Nigerian. It's pretty dangerous investing in Nigeria as a Nigerian to start with. I'm not even talking as a foreign person. As a Nigerian, it's already dangerous for so many reasons. And I think over the past 2 weeks, we've talked about some of them here. We've had our brother Mr. Anemeka here. We've had our brother AA. A couple of other persons that are sound in these areas that have talked about how bad it can be if you were to invest in Nigeria, especially, which will. I'll just give one example, just the simplest, which is the rule of law, right? One of the problems we even have in Nigeria as a country is that if you were to invest, or you were to do anything, not just investment, and you got unlucky and you needed justice. And when I say justice, I'm not talking about, we not go green kind of justice. And I mean just, you were wronged, or you thought you were wronged, you hire a lawyer, you want to go to court, you want to get justice, you want to get the right thing done, you can't get it. I mean, if you are even doing it between you and another man that is not special like you, like just another man, the justice system is so slow. Your case may be in court for the next 20 years. That's if you are doing it to another man. Both of now not get level. You don't both of you don't have connections. But what's off if you have to even deal with government? You know, all over the world, you would see individuals, you will see organizations go to court against government and win the case, right? But in Nigeria, except maybe you've bribed those that needed to be bribed, and your case is one that money will come out from, so they also want to use it to take money from the national purse. But say you have a case against someone in power, and that person doesn't want you to win, bro, assist, you can't win. So I feel like that, and that's just one. I'm talking, this is just rule of law. I've not gone into the cost of setting up a business, the cost of generating power to manage your business, the like every other thing that surrounds it, the difficulty in investing in Nigeria. I'm just talking about rule of law. So not to talk about, take it now to Lagos. So I'm saying it's already bad enough in Nigeria, but I think it's worse. Lagos is bad in Nigeria, but you can risk investing in a state like Abia State, and maybe I don't even know. I mean, I can just stick with Abia because that's where I can stick my neck out for now. But even in all this, maybe other states manage, but you see Lagos, you're at a constant risk. As in, if I were to have a business in Lagos, I don't think I'll plan for 2-3 years. I'll just plan per year. Like if I felt like my risk appetite is very high, and I decided, because you could wake up tomorrow for no reason, one person likes where your land is, or where your complex is, or where the place you've rented, paid for, and just decides he wants to take it down. You could wake up tomorrow for no reason, some group of Aberu start federally sponsored, and now they are not federally sponsored, unlike before it was even state sponsored. Federally sponsored can be at your gate and say you can't run your business. As in, so for me, I feel like it's a no-brainer. So, of course, when people say, but Lagos, it's still, a lot of economic activity. It is normal. It is normal. You should know where the position of Lagos is. And you should know how Nigeria have set up, Lagos over time and I'm talking about, the coastal part of the country. Lagos, pretty much, I mean, if you even go through, I think Obioba Abini said it some time back. So people just, saw it as maybe it was banter. So people left banter. But that was true. Lagos pretty much was supposed to just be a port. They used it for trade. Back then, maybe slave trade, but really for trade and so naturally, just pretty much naturally, it will attract that kind of businesses that would want to go there, especially because Nigeria has made it a monopoly. But I must tell you the truth, and the truth is, Lagos is pretty much a risky. Let me use the word risky. So you don't think this is a personal go at banter? This is pretty much a risk evaluation. This is risk evaluation. I'm telling you, it's pretty much a risky place to invest in. But like I said earlier, if your risk appetite is quite high, then by all means, be my guest. Then, like I was saying, when Saddam read some of those scorecard, I feel, as Nigerians, as citizens, I feel like we are in a relationship with APC where we are constantly being abused, re-abused, and over-abused. As in, abused physically, abused mentally, abused health-wise. We are constantly being abused all around by the APC. It's why, like I say every time, it pretty gets me annoyed. Like, I don't like APC supporters at all. I don't like them at all. Like, I see an APC supporter and I'm very, very disgusted. I could literally throw up. They disgust me so much because I understand you could be in an abusive relationship, but it's another level of stupidity and slavery to enjoy it, and not only to enjoy it, but to wish for it, to praise. I really do not get it. So you see, you see what they call their scorecard. Like Saddam said, Saddam literally took it off my mind. I was like, this is what this should be a site also for any government normally. Like all these things that they are. And I mean, if all these things you are saying is true, like if maybe it wasn't even propaganda, if it was even effective, like if, for example, this 700 kilometers road now, they've started it, we are seeing they are showing workings, it's just happening. Like we know, if, for example, we didn't know that they were going to steal the money, because we know that this is just this is the biggest heist in the history of Nigeria. That's what it's going to be. And probably, not probably, it's just unfortunate that, things happen over time. So, but I can bet you in 10 years thereabout from now, we'll be having this conversation and we'll know it's a heist. Because this is the same way, Nigerian Air, whatever air that they released the other day. This is how it was. At the beginning now, they will talk about budgeting of money. They will show you this. But we are here now, nothing. We are just here. So for me, it feels very annoying. And I think the people I just really detest the most are supporters of these guys. I feel like they are the biggest problem, because if they don't have any enabler, then we just we have a situation where it is us against just our government, right? Against our criminals that are running government. But when we have to also deal with very few, although there are very few, but they are very annoying as well. So to think that that's what Tinubu has done in the past 1 year, I just can't think off my head, and this is just sad. I can't think off my head and just say this is something that Tinubu has done. I mean, you stole the mandate, fine, but I mean, let there be something. The power situation in Nigeria is worse, like, is extremely worse than it has ever been before in Nigeria. The economy is severely biting. You removed fuel subsidy, and that's fine. Let's say it's okay. But you remove it so stupidly in a way that has so many backlash. Decided to float the currency at the same time without any plan. And now it's crazy because you do so badly that a naira to dollar go as far as 1,900, almost 2,000. Then you artificially, like, what you should have just done and left it where Buhari left it, you removed it to make it worse. Then now you are doing multiple of that to just try to push it down, and now you can't push it back down. It be like that people wey dey tell say no go there, no go there. You don't go there, don't go scatter everything. Now they want to try arrange them. So, like, it's just been failure galore. Like Saddam said during the last piece, I too am. I don't know if I'm curious. I think maybe it's more like curious. I'm not really interested in what the white-headed professor is going to say. But because I said, oh, 1 year, whatever, I'm just curious to hear whatever he will say. But one thing is certain, even for a staunch Tinubu supporter, I can tell you there is absolutely nothing that you can lay your hands on that this government has delivered. Nothing. Even propaganda, they failed at this propaganda. Like, it's just, even the lying, at least lying Mohammed is used to lie and, get away with it. Even these ones, they can't even lie properly. That's how bad these guys are. Like, to say you say lie, your lie cannot last 2 days. It is busted. Your propaganda is so bad. I've never seen this level of failure before. You put a propaganda against the company, they deny it, then you go and doctor a video to make it look as what's happening in Nigeria cannot happen anywhere else. Like, I think about different things, like peace in my head, and it's just very upsetting for a country with so intelligent minds, so industrious people. It's sickening. But I think the silver lining for me today was the POMedia that came out. When I came online this evening and I saw everybody tweeting about it, and I, as well followed. And please, if you've not followed, please go and follow. But what came to my mind first is that, again, it just reminded me of what Nigeria could have been. Can you imagine we're just on which day people start talking about Peter Obi needs a media team, and I mean when it became a serious focus, it was just last week, I think, because I think it's last week that we had to even say something relating to. I can't even remember, but I think it's no more than last week. I think it was last week Thursday that Dr. Mo was also here. So it was just last week beginning here that people were raising it on X. I mean, this is not an economic issue. This is not just on X that, we need a this. Peter Obi was not obliged. But point is that the fact that he listened, and that's one of the things I told people a lot prior to the election, that the relief of just knowing you have someone now that you can make even just noise and just say, we want this. I've said it so many times. It's sometimes you probably won't do things that you don't want to do, but just because the most people want you to do it. I think they call it law of utility, realism, I don't know. But you don't want to do it. You don't think it's the best thing to do, but because most people want it like that, you just say, well, okay, since it's what you want, I'll go ahead and do it. So the fact that people just made recommendations here on X about getting a media team, and last time Dr. Mo was here, he made reference to the fact that it's Peter Obi sometimes sees these things, and he sees, not sometimes, always sees all these things, and it was being worked on. And today, at least the Twitter handle has been put out. Hopefully that does a lot of help media-wise. But the side I'm just really looking at is the fact that Peter Obi listens to what we say, and even sometimes when probably I don't think it's everything we say that Peter Obi agrees with, right? But sometimes even when he doesn't agree, he sees reason and yields and goes ahead and say, okay, if this is what the majority wants, then I'll just go ahead and do it. And that's what really democracy is about. Democracy is about how you can listen to people. Democracy is what the video that Jimmy played earlier, that's what democracy is. Democracy is people-centered. And that's what we're lacking in Nigeria. Look at this dimwit mine yesterday, talking to a media person that is demanding. As in any country, you don't even need to be asked. Sometimes I'm just talking out. All these things, I not write it down. It's as I'm talking, that come into my head, and it's just getting me really pissed. Like, as in, you're a public officer. You are paid with taxpayers' money plus the one you steal. Then someone is demanding something that you should put out on your own. Then you are first of all being rude, trying to deflect, trying to distract. Luckily, the person says, no, I'm not going to be distracted. Kudos to that lady. And went on asking. And you are trying to, play it all around because you are a fluke, you are a fraud. So it's just tells you APC doesn't rate people. I like what he used to say. APC hates all of us alike. They don't rate all of us alike. And I mean, even you as an APC supporter, as an Abado, you are not. I don't think, in the grand scheme of things, and I mean this is even aside banters, in the grand scheme of things, the obedience are even have values more to the APC, your APC, than you as an Abado person. I mean, they still fear, they still rate these people past you. So it's quite unfortunate, but then again, it is what it is. Then just on a rounding up note, on Saturday we are going to be having, and I have it on the Jumbotron. On Saturday we are going to be having a space, more like a continuation, a second part of our space that we had some time back. So some time back, for those of you that followed, we had a space and we discussed some of the proposals that we can send to the National Assembly Committee that is led by, the National Assembly Committee on Constitutional Amendment. And luckily, thank God for, our brother Chima Christian and his organization were able to come up with some suggestions, and they were able to put it together. That's not some easy work because you have to go and read the Constitution, know the exact place to insert it. If you watch his interview on Arise the other day, you know that they did some very good job. They recommended things like, diaspora voting, some principles of election, electronic, how to bring now some of the things that the court passed and all that. But like I've said so many times, I know that some of us don't believe in all these things. I too don't, believe. But I know this is what I think. If Nigeria is going to change, there are only two ways to it. It's either going to be an outright revolution, or we have to stick to the election process. That's the only two ways, right? I think the only guaranteed way is an outright revolution, but I'll also be fooling myself if I think it's going to happen soon, or So since it's not going to happen soon, or we don't know when to happen, let me put it like that. The best we can do, or I can do, is just try to push as much as I can to make it more difficult for this system to be as flawed as it is currently. That's the best we can do. So we'll be having a conversation. We'll look at what was proposed and start to talk about what we can do to also push it. Because it's not just if you send this into National Assembly, of course, we are not thinking they would pass all of them, but we are hoping that they will pass some of the vital ones. But I think that would depend on how much people are interested. So what I don't want to do is, personal, most of the time I do things for my personal satisfaction, right? Because I'm sure 2026 now, some people are going to come and say, in Nigeria, some people should be diaspora should be voting. In Nigeria, electronic voting, some people come and talk. By then, I'll just be saying there was an opportunity for us to push for this, but nobody was really, really, like, a lot of people were not interested because it was not fun. It was not bass boost. So it doesn't end up becoming a case of minoring the major and majoring the minor. So I think this is a very vital thing. Let's just try as much as we can to see if we can also put in some pressure over time for them to at least pay attention to it. So we are going to be having that space on Saturday by 8 p.m. It's not convenient for some of us, but we'll just try by 8 p.m. So I really want to invite us. It's on the Jumbotron. Let's try to be part of that space. Even if you are not going to talk, you don't need to talk, but come and listen and see where you can also plug in your own advocacy for the push. That's it from my end. So welcome again to the Vawulence space. We'll just go ahead and start taking our speakers immediately. Or Saddam, is there anything you want to say before we start taking speakers? All right, okay. So I'll just bring in Mommy B. So we'll start kicking off from there. The topic today are quite interesting. Let's try to stick to the topic. Welcome again to the Vawulence space, Mommy B.
Good evening from my side. I hope you're all doing okay. I sit down, well meaning all the lovely people on the speaker section, all the lovely people listening to this space. Dangers of investing in Lagos. Right, I'll introduce myself. My name is Bolanle Emiabata of the Adibaba family of Aro Lawyer in Lagos Island. I deliberately introduced myself, and what I want to do next is this. Back in December last year, I responded to a tweet. It was, a response to a tweet by Otumba, right? And I said, I love this. I am a realist. And I said that the bigoted rhetoric about telling the Igbos to leave Lagos will come back to haunt us when they leave and take their investments and businesses and I go clear. Besides that, Lagos is one of the worst cities to live in. But instead of us to drag the government for failing to make IGR work for all Lagosians and not just for greedy politicians and their cronies, Rona people are busy cutting off their nose to spite their face. Whatever success we have in Lagos is because of our unique history and the contribution of other tribes. The moment you forget this, then we will be the losers. A word is sufficient for the wise. Right? I got a lot of stick for it, and I'm saying with every sense of responsibility, do not invest in Lagos. The rule of law has long, 24 years ago, has been binned. But this same bastard in Aso Rock. If anything happens to you in Lagos, if the Lagos state government collects your land, right, let me tell you categorically, you will waste your money taking them to court. If they demolish your shop, you waste your money taking them to court. If they burn your shop, you waste your money taking them to court. If you invest in real estate and the government suddenly decides, after giving you all the relevant authorization, right? And they suddenly wake up one day because they know, right, that indigenous Lagosians or those who came from other places in Yoruba land cannot buy that land. Right, and let us be very clear. The land was sold by the Omoniles. I am standing, I am sitting, I am lying on this table, right? After selling it, you will now decide one day, you wake up one day and decide that no, you want it back. If they demolish your house or your investment, your real estate investment, know that if you go to court, you are wasting your money. What we have in Lagos State is the most opaque government ever. It is the most criminally minded government that we've ever had. Again, I say with every sense of responsibility, do not invest in Lagos. Sure, they don't know where the massive IGRs, right, are coming from, right? When they finish and they can't tax people who are not legal, who they say are not Lagosians because they are not Yorubas, right? uh, when they can't collect their tax anymore, they will face you. You, the artisan, you, the one that is just managing yourself, you, Ronu Plunkers, when they finish squeezing you for every ounce of the blood in your useless bodies, you will grow up, you will face reality at some point. But my brothers and sisters, from everywhere else in the country, do not invest in Lagos until we manage to uproot the structures of criminality, right, and corruption. That is all I came up to say. Thank you. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you very much, Mommy B. Thank God it's coming from the Lagos space. Mommy B is a Lagosian of the Lagosian roots, of the Lagosian heritage of, you know, everything Mommy B is Lagos actually. Thank you very much, Mommy B. I mean, your son. I mean, and this is not, it's not from a place of. I'm glad the way you said it last is very key until the structure of criminality is uprooted, where you know your investment is protected. But like I said earlier, if you have good high risk appetite, no wala. Your money is your money. All right, quickly. All right, Dr. Mo, where did you go? Dr. Mo has dropped. I was planning to bring him up immediately, but okay. I think maybe he's having some phone calls. Please be on speaker section and you intend to speak. Check your screen to be sure that your hand is up. And raise your hand if your hand is not up, so I can come to you. But for now, I'll just go by those that their hands are up. So I'll start with Johnson. After Johnson, I'm going to come to Call Me Lexi. Johnson, please go ahead.
Yep, well-meaning. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone, depending on where you're spacing from. Yeah, in fact, your conversation is actually a very deep one. And listening to Madam Bolale, I think I would just like to expand some of the thought or sentiments being shared here a little bit further. Personally, to me, I would say do not invest in Nigeria as a whole when these criminals are in charge, because Lagos is actually um, a unique place based on the antecedent of the Tinubu that we are having as president now. And obviously, his antecedent in Lagos is actually what he's actually going to replicate in the entire country. So, for my personal observation, personally, I think it's, in fact, I don't know, the only investors that were willing to invest in Nigeria under these criminals are only maybe shady investors themselves, because every reasonable investors I know of, they actually know the antecedent of Tinubu, and certainly they are not going to invest in Nigeria under these crooks. And in fact, I think the record actually proves it, because if you observe, there are no major foreign direct investment coming to Nigeria. It has rather been a foreign flight. Many of the investors are rather pulling out their investment in Nigeria, and that explains the reason why we keep having propaganda upon propaganda by those criminals. So it seems like any foreigner that snaps a picture with Tinubu, they will actually tag it as this foreigner is bringing investment into Nigeria. So just the mere fact of snapping a picture with Chief Tinubu, they will actually call it as an investment that is coming to Nigeria. So to me, that is an indication that real investors are actually avoiding Nigeria. And I think Nigerians, most especially Nigerians in diaspora, this would have been the asset that a country has, because Nigerians in diasporas alone, can actually bring down their investment that can actually turn uh, the fortune of the country, like this foreign earning we are having with the dollar rate. Nigerians in diaspora alone would have been able to change that trajectory. But those criminals in charge, they are not going to attract any reasonable Nigerian in diaspora to invest his money there, not to even talk of any other foreign investment. So, yeah, Lagos one, it's kind of a sad one for me, but I think I will expand it as even further, the entire country under these criminals, just like Madam Bolale talked about. Until after we get rid of these criminals, then we can, start looking of where we can be able to change the trajectory of the country. Um, the With regards to the POMedia, in fact, I was just going through that why this conversation was actually going on. I think it's a very welcome development. Personally, for me, like I don't know if it's yesterday or 2 days ago, I told someone in a different space. I was like, I think personally, I would say that the media isn't a bad thing. If we have the POMedia group, isn't a bad thing. But to me, I feel like the obedient movement, or we as obedient, we actually the we are supposed to be the Peter Obi Media Group, because the way the movement is so organic, that gives them a lot of headache in trying to maybe trapped certain people. Like maybe they can say, okay, this is the head. We can actually look for way to infiltrate this head, or look for way to start arresting them or confiscating their properties and the rest. So that makes it a lot more difficult for them to do when we have this organic movement that they find it difficult to trail it to a particular set of or group of people. So, but uh, whatever we can actually do for the cause is actually very good. The only caution I'm just going to give is that having the Peter Obi Media Group shouldn't be like a catalyst for us to become lazy, whereby we feel like everything regarding media, we have to leave it down to the media group. I think as obedience, we are supposed to continue what we have been doing. We should seek for ways we can actually improve, ways we can actually look for grassroots. To sensitize people at the grassroots. We should always be up and doing in searching for more ways that we can actually improve. with the addition of the media group should actually add in complementing whatever we've been doing and whatever we're actually having in plans, because I've spoken to Dr. AI, he has some very good plans he's having. Yeah, so I just believe uh, having the media group shouldn't in any way lessen or kind of discourage whatever plans we are doing. We should actually seek for ways to intensify our efforts. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for me.
All
I
right.
just want to thank you, well-meaning. Thank you, Emir Saddam. You guys are doing awesome. Keep up the good works you guys are doing.
All right. Thank you very much, Johnson. Thank you. Your submission was very brilliant. So, totally. I want to believe everybody also, agrees with you, especially regarding for me personally, I think the media group is really just to have like, some Peter Obi normally tweets whatever he tweets by himself. If you know, you know, he signs it by himself on PO. Peter Obi does not. So, but some of the times, if you notice, he probably tweets just in the morning or at night. So it means he has to do his normal day activities, going places, visiting people before he comes and make. So I think, the media group might be like, a first interactive phase to know what Peter Obi has to say on some key issues, and maybe, some things that Peter Obi doesn't want to descend himself to come and be addressing, maybe mine. But that doesn't take away the fact that, so I don't expect obedience to wait. Say, you see, say for example now, say Tinubu, APC they don't pull out propaganda. You wait, so let's Peter Obi media group debunk it. The fire, obedient fire continues. So I think the media group is just an addition. It doesn't really, it's an addition, a good addition, like you said. Totally agree with you. Then I think you also re-echoed something that Barrister AA and Mr. Nemeka said in one of our spaces some time back, and it's true. If you have to be a crooked, you have to have some level of criminality in you as an investor to want to invest in Nigeria now. That's the fact, because it means you would have budgeted some amount of money to bribe some people. You will just keep some money on ground to bribe maybe judges if you ever had to go to court. Just keep it on ground. I'm not saying you may need it to. Hope, let's just pray you don't ever need it. But there must be something in you. You have to still have some money to use to pay bandits if you are in the north, especially. Even now, all over Nigeria, if you are somewhere and your location, your site is in a remote area, you have to keep money aside to use to pay bandits to avoid your workers or avoid you, like the Lebanese guy. So you have to have all those things in you. And like AA said last time, if you are investing in Nigeria to an extent, you are a partner risk. No serious person will want to partner in because your integrity is kind of like already in question, because they are thinking, what must you have done? You must have done something. You know they go this place with clear. This place where you did, so they know they go there with clear. Not to talk about Lagos. I was just telling myself that for Benin now, if maybe somebody you figure out Yelala go swear, right? But Lagos, even the Juju, they fear Jagaban. So who you want to go swear? Who you want to go meet when you swear with? If you want to go meet when you follow swear now, or the other, those other people that have been politicized. So it's a double jeopardy for you, man. Call me Lexi. Please go ahead. After which I'll come to see you. Call me Lexi. Are you there? Okay. I don't know if you can hear me or you're not there. Okay, but say, are you there? Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay. Good evening, everybody on this space. It is always a pleasure to have you around. Thank you for this moment. Thank you, Emir Saddam. Thank you, 1 minute. Thank you for always holding it down for us to listen to this beautiful moment. Thank you, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I'm not here to rant. We have gone past that moment. We are going to be ranting because as at this point, Everybody has seen. We did it before the election and after the election. Reason why we told these people not to vote. But before I go deeper, please, I put something on the Jumbotron about the scorecard of Tinubu, the voiceover of Emir Saddam. Please, I will appreciate if we can spread it. You know, some people might not want to read, but once they see it is voiceover, before you know it, they would have listened to it, and it's a great voiceover. I will advise, please, let's take it to all social platforms and spread the news. It will be easy for everybody to digest it. That's on that. I did a little protest yesterday, solo one. And what prompted me was waking up, seeing people fighting for petrol at 1,000 naira. Then I stood up, I said, let me go to the streets. I saw people going for petrol. I walk up to the attendants and ask, before they say, how much are you going to sell this petrol if you started selling? The guy said 950. Okay. Then I went to buy the cardboard. I wrote it. Then I told them, I see you people, you are useless. I said it in Yoruba. Olushini gbogbo yin. You will spend all your time here now for petrol. Ẹ máa na ara yín. Whereas this energy, there is a way you can spread it to. And I said to them, right now, what I'm saying now, you will want to channel your energy to me, a Nigerian like you. Whereas there is a way we can channel this energy. Then I walk out. I did the solo protest. One thing I noticed is everybody is angry. Everybody is fucking angry on the streets, but they don't know what to do. And I'm happy I did my little thing, came back to my home, and I felt joy. For how long are we going to continue like this? If we have something in our head that we are thinking, how will you go and kill for 1,000 petrol? We have 4 refineries. None is working. None is fucking working. Who told you if you buy this petrol at 1,000 naira, you won't buy it at 2,000 naira? For how long are we going to continue like this? And I'm happy it is happening now. We all can see it. Those people that say they don't want Peter Obi now, they are crying. They are worse. I'm enjoying this game. Maybe it is Peter Obi that will never be president. Oh yeah, now, let's see who will suffer. Let's see who will face the hardship. Peter Obi will never be president. I accept. Let's continue. Let's see who will suffer. It is me and you that will face it. It is me and you that will suffer it. These people don't care. 100 days, there is nothing to show. Somebody should tell me one single thing Tinubu has done. I said it. Government is personal to you. How is it? I have an old man that always bought egg from him. He's a Tinubu pro. To the glory of God today, that man doesn't have a poultry again. Yesterday I asked, Daddy, do you have egg? He said he doesn't have. That man just waved at me. He doesn't have again. The only thing he is enjoying is the money Sheyi Makinde is paying him because he's a government worker. That's the only thing he's enjoying. He's just wave at me. Kò lẹ́yìn mọ́. He doesn't have again. Nothing is working. Which investment do you leave it? Me, I am enjoying it as it is going. Shebi it is Peter Obi that will never be president. It is Peter Obi that is suffering. It is Peter Obi that is paying the hardship. But me and you, Abi, we are enjoying. Let's continue. Diaspora, thank you for everything you are doing. God will bless you. The reason why you are doing it, God will reward you. I know you want to see a Nigeria that works. You guys want to come home, relax, and go back. You want to feel how Nigeria is. But these people have made it hard for you. I know we are going to get there, but please, in your little way you can lend your voice, please keep doing it. And I know God will bless you. To you, the mic. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Call Me Lexi. Congratulations on your up NEPA. Anyway, Made a lot of sense, and well done. I actually saw your video and pictures yesterday. I mean, that's how we can do it one at a time. Keep educating people. People where you talk to yesterday now. If another person talk to them another day or they see you again, they will say the matter don't serious. Or at least you planted something in their mind that they will have to think about for a long time. So that's very commendable. Well done. Okay, I'll quickly go to Sion. After which I'll come to Dr. Mo. Maybe just take lady. I'll take Sion and I'll come to Dr. Mo. Dr. Mo, I think your network have been taking back and forth. Sion, go ahead first.
Hi everyone. Tinubu's 1 year in office. I don't know. Okay, so last year when I went out to vote, I've talked about it several times. I was attacked at my polling unit and I walked up to some of the guys that attacked me the following week. I went to ask them questions and one of them was ranting, telling me the only person that can remove Tinubu is Ayilala, waiting, this and that. I said, okay, no problem. And those guys usually hang out on a route that I pass when I'm coming back from work. So last year, May, June, July, August, you're about like to see them, they'll be loafing around there and all that. Towards the end of the year, I stopped seeing them. And I saw one of them recently, and that one, the one that said Ilala can remove Tinubu, I can never forget that statement. The guy bleaches. Like the last time I saw him, he was looking so dirty, like he could not even afford the bleaching cream he's using. So I wanted to go and meet him again and say, she been a toxin away, go cry. Now see you, see me. Who they cry? But I just respected myself anyway, and I walked past him. Last year too, I was talking to like whenever I go out, I just strike up conversations with random people about the state of the nation and all that. So I was talking to a hairdresser and she told me she was there, Tinubu this, like they've brainwashed those people. A lot of us that are on Twitter have access to information, but these ones that are barely literate, the kind of lamba they give them, if you hear it, I swear down you weep. That's why I would encourage everybody to keep talking to people around them. Whether they hear, whether you don't hear, just do your own bit and leave them. So she said a lot of things and she said they give them 1,000 naira to vote and this and that. And I actually told her my bit and I collected her number and I've been talking to her like whenever I pass, I make jest of her like, oh, people are enjoying your daddy and everything. So yesterday I went to her and she was, I said, auntie, it's almost 1 year or this and that. I said, I hope you are enjoying your dad. She said, it's not enjoying anything. That the suffering is too much. That one pint of Gary is now 4,000. I mean, I don't even know that one pint of Gary is now 4,000. I said, please be patient too. She said, no, it's too much, this and that. See, these people are suffering. And the truth is, as much as some of us that are living in Nigeria might want to gloat, it's not funny. Because even if I'm earning more money, I should be saving more, not spending more. Dangote spaghetti, when I was serving, how much was it? Maybe 100 and something naira. It is now 8,000 plus. A family of 5 wants to feed. They cannot buy 2 loaves of bread comfortably anymore because how many people are actually earning a lot of money? It's actually not funny, but at the end of the day, when I spoke to her, she still gave me some propaganda that they fed them, and I just told her, I said, see, what this thing are telling people is a lie. But if you choose not to believe me, because an Igbo man will never be the president, now you sabi, if we like make it be 10,000 naira per liter, it no consign me. I told her, So the truth is, people that said they would drink our tears, they are the one that we are now drinking their tears, but they would not admit. So. Anyhow, it won't be. Me, I don't leave them. My own are to come online. Anything Peter will be post, I retweet. Anything Peter will be post, I retweet. And I want to commend the team for the media space that is there. A lot of them have spoken about it. I mean, I just came online this evening and I saw it. Please, if you have not followed, follow that page. There's no reason why that page should not have 500k followers by tomorrow. All the talk we have been talking, it's not time to put it into action. It's not just them coming online. When they put
You came to give. We are talking about 1 year result. You came to give. More bleaching cream don't get rich like this. So you help somebody here with bleaching cream.
I'll beg.
Ah, well, it's crazy, man. It's and like you said, they are still feeding these people lambao. That's the funny thing. Because if you talk to some people after they've complained, they will still find a way to tell you that. Well, it be like saying I don't. I the yes say. I the yes say in the. Some people say in the. I the yes say. I the, so it's very annoying talking to Nigerians that are not, pretty much enlightened. Let me put it like that. You just say, what do you hear? Oh, well, it can be crazy. Meanwhile, I think NCS is around in the building. It's around. Maybe check for NCS. All right, quickly. Let me go to Dr. Mo. Dr. Mo, are you here now?
I just did
Uh,
like Tinubu here.
I say your network. They usually they do. They do one. They shake. Let they shake.
Thing they shake. Oh.
All right. I don't know. You want to go ahead? Like just or you just go camp with us first.
Bala Blue, what are you saying? You having a town hall or you having a meeting? I don't know what to say.
Dr. Mo, if we
Anyway,
embrace innovation, we can create wonder.
uh,
Here again is a
uh,
successful town hall. Different.
oh, what are you people talking about?
Dr. Mo, why did try sound like why did try sound like the intelligent version of Tinubu? I don't understand.
Dr. Mo, we grew up in the village.
I
We don't understand this phonetics, Dr. Mo.
I see somebody like in Ginger Media here. You know, I don't know what people are doing. Like I'm wasting your time. Nigeria. Anyway, you know, it's I. We have to enjoy this together. Enjoy. I know. I mean, if you understand, for those who are not Nigeria's independence, they fought for self-governance. They fought for wages. They fought. They gave it all, and that's why we can be here today. And it's no joke because again, some people think we're trying to make light of this, but honestly, just like my introduction, that's how it's so sad because there is no administration in the history of our country that has trampled, has made nonsense of hard work, of labor, of workers like this administration. It's just made them so useless. I mean, we are buying darkness for 300%. You know what I mean is we tariff was increased 300%. That's light. Oh, somebody is talking about food. The one for food, we don't even know, as in the ink, we don't even know, there's no level, there's no metric to even measure what is going on anymore. And I remember I was on was Russian TV, was it yesterday? And I was saying that it wouldn't matter if we know that the dollar is 2,000 or even 3,000, no, even 5,000. And I know some people want to argue. The issue is not about whether dollar, naira is, I don't even know again whether it's going down or going up. Whichever, at least you guys know what I'm saying. uh What is the issue is that whether a community, a family, anywhere you cannot plan. Nobody there is for the first time in the history of Nigeria, you cannot plan because you wake up, dollar yesterday is not dollar today. It means that Because if dollar is 5,000, I'm using, the worst of examples, but you can plan. If you know that the next 2 years, the next 6 months, the next 1 year, dollar is going to be stable. It is the instability. Everything is shaking in Nigeria. Insecurity, security, everything is shaking. And is a dangerous place to be when you cannot make any plan. It is not about trying to be, it's not bad belly or anything. This is just the current reality of where we are. And because we're talking about the dangers of, we're doing the 1 year report or whatever it is about where we are right now. Nothing, you know, it's crazy. So you can't, after 1 year, I mean, if you're in Abuja, like I'm in Abuja right now, so even if you want to buy fuel for 1,000, you cannot see it. So it will not be like, okay, we're trying to, no, we're patriotic Nigerians. We want to ensure that this country, we can't buy fuel. There's no fuel to buy. I mean, you people, or if you have fuel, I don't know. I live in Abuja and there's no fuel anywhere to buy. And just to think that a year ago or less than a year ago before this administration, that we're actually buying fuel for less than 200 naira. We're buying fuel for 600, 700, 1,000, and it's not even available. Like, sincerely and honestly, not trying to be bad, for those of us here in Nigeria, how are you surviving? How are you surviving, really? Anybody, whether you're a director, you're a PAMSEC, and not, how are you surviving? This is the result of this administration. It's fear, it's anger, it's danger, it's everything that is evil. It comes with it. You can't say today, if I do something to Zare Yusuf, he cannot say I do bad to him. You cannot go to court and say you know that for sure that you get. It's not possible. Except you have money or you have something. So the baseline of life and humanity, which is law and order, is completely removed. You can I mean, it's sad and bad to say, but you can kill somebody and walk free. Here in Abuja now, I mean, just a few weeks ago, my friend, they came to if you know people that know Apple resettlement, I mean, this right here in Abuja, they came, the neighbor was there, just picked them up, took them, they called, we raised 10 million, and then they brought them back. No issue, This is the reality. I'm reporting, from ground zero, the status quo of things, and then we're just still here. Anywhere in the world, if you do any increase of any sort beyond 50%, that regime is gone. Whether you're talking about food, transportation, electricity, whatever you're talking about has been increased more than 300 times and nothing. And in fact, I think it's even was it the minister of power that came to even say they're just even testing. That is, they're even just testing because they are going to take it round to every other thing that exists, So I don't know. If you I was driving today, for those, if you know Beggar Junction in Abuja, and I'm telling you exactly the status quo. You see, once you are driving, you see these boys, they will just stand, they are looking at you, you know that these are criminals. They are looking at the police is looking at them, and they're just looking for any excuse they want to steal. They are hoping and they are just hoping that your mirror will be down or something. They are there. You know that these are criminals. They are looking at you and looking at them, and they are just hoping, to grab, to snatch and run away. Exactly the spirit of the king. How we came into power. That has become the reality of everyday living right here in the city of power. This is the result. The result is is looking at us, our report card, our collective. Get used to it. We refuse to get used to it because the people that can change Nigeria are the people that in themselves they can never be changed. If Nigeria can bend you, you are not one of us. Oh. I mean, you can be there, but speaking to the issues, you cannot. And this is why we'll continue to be here, regardless of what is going to happen. You know. Anyways, I just wanted to announce that while all of this is happening, and I say with the utmost respect and honor, and privilege that we are gifted with, because I had the honor to be in a few places with him, at least in the last couple of months. As we speak right now, for those in Toronto, in Canada, it's just they're going to be having, I mean, global leaders. The key of Toronto is supposed to be handed over to our leader. While all of this is happening, you sit with him and you see presidents of nations calling him, and he's not a president. He does not have any official portfolio in government. Why? This is why. This is how we know, that change is imminent. That something is going to happen. Why all of these things, amongst us that is happening, that we are here today is a testament that change definitely is coming. And there are invitations all over the world for PO to speak. Like the one of the speakers says, let's follow the official handle that has just been created. We know that. I mean, there's so much ripple effect. There are people who are not on these spaces, and we'll keep working from every angle. Keep working from every angle to ensure that we keep pushing. There are two things that will happen. It will either this change we're looking for. It will either be the most, because when people 2023 is Riaza, it's Riaza. What is coming? I mean, we're crashing and we're getting closer to it. And so let's follow through. If you're in Canada, embrace our principal. He'll be there. Let me give some of the details of the people that are going to be with him. You know, global leaders and all of them. They're excited, to join him on stage. Exactly 5 p.m. Eastern time. He's going to be speaking about capacity building and inclusiveness in governance. Spoke to one of the hosts, and it's amazing to know that one of the reasons why they want PO to come and speak is that I don't know how many of us know, but that particularly in Canada, the people who, the power of the diasporans, that what is it? And this is very important as a submission. You see, you know like we all know, as individuals, we are great people. In Nigeria, in Africa, black people, as individuals, we are great people, but we haven't been working together. And this is why, for me, the most important thing that happened in 2022, 2023 is the birthing of what you call the obedient movement. Just like the civil rights movement, like the ANC, that was able to break apartheid after 87 years, like the civil rights movement that crushed, the backbone of racial injustice after 82 years. What it took them all these years to create, I mean, it's taking us about 1 year. If we don't, we will change the status quo of things only if we continue to work together, if we continue to push beyond this advocacy and agitation and continue to mobilize and organize ourselves. The greatest fear they have is if we can organize, and that's where we're going to. And it's on the backdrop of what I'm going to say right now, even as I make closing to my submission, as I talk about some of the MPs that are joined. They are so excited, they can't even wait, to meet up with PO in a few hours, and the report stages that because Africans, Nigerians in diaspora are not as organized, it is nationalities of other races that collect the subvention that is made for Africa, So you have Chinese people, some of the Chinese people that come to Nigeria, to Ghana, to other places. It is funds that are allocated for Africa that they're able to access. China access their own, they access the one for Africa. Can you see how crazy it is? That's what Pio is going to talk about. These are the things. This is why we must be organized, both home and abroad. What they fear the most is that we have one voice. That is the greatest fear they have, that we can consistently, stay together with one narrative, pushing against, home and abroad. Because once we have that, then there is nothing. Change becomes, eminent. It is impossible, for us not to birth a new Nigeria. And that's what we'll keep pushing. That's what our principal, is going to be speaking about. That's collective inclusiveness. I was saying to somebody, I said, I think it was me and in Ginger Media were talking. I said, whether you joined the obedient movement today or you started at the beginning, our work is equal. Energy is a ball of fire. There is no any stage of energy that is more, how do I put it now, more intense or condensed than another. We are the same. Sometimes you just need to listen, because we are working different measures and different parts. There are people, the place we went to in Brendan Kebbi to go and do the intervention, and MPO gave them boreholes. They're not on Twitter, they're not on Facebook, they don't have any form of anything, you know. If the governor of that state goes to that place and say anything about Peter, they'll beat him. They don't need any encouragement from any of us here. They're a different entity altogether. And we have that in different parts of Nigeria right now. People who are just, and this is why we must continue to push. And all of this is our collective work. Some people from diaspora, you contributed money, you send different funds to different places. You have no effect. You don't have, you have no clue what the impact and the effect of what you're doing. This is the power of our movement, and we must continue to do everything to hone in on it and stay together as one, regardless of what the opposition will try to do, to break us. So I'm encouraging, and we're putting it up. There are things that we're going to be putting through the media center, so that we all will go there and collect, and hopefully our principal will also tweet about it. So we have there's Basi Osage is a guest speaker. He's one of the people there in Toronto. Honorable MP Williams will be there. Honorable MP Graham, McGregor will be there also. All of them are just can't wait to hear from our principal. The honor and the respect that he received from global leaders is completely second to none. I'm hoping that before he returns, this key to the city will be delivered to him. And he will return. That's the only joy we have. That we have. We represent Nigeria, and I'll say it here. Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Zip, they don't represent Nigeria. The people that represent Nigeria, the people that uphold the ideals, the highest standard of ideals that is enshrined in our constitution, in our coat of arms, in our national anthem, in our national pledge, those are the real Nigerians. And it is on the account of the work, of the labor, the continuous, hard work, refusing to buckle, refusing to give up, hoping against hope that one day that we will see the light of day. Because at the end of the day, like I said, however great we are as individuals from every field of work, you have Nigerians blazing the trail, everywhere, from science, technology, entertainment, everywhere, politics, globally, we have Nigerians everywhere. But the fact that we don't have an African nation that is superpower, once we appear anywhere, the image they see us is the image of Africa. Because once a white person appears, what you see is the image of America or the image of Britain or the image of China or Japan. That's what you see. But once a black person shows up, what you see is the image of Africa. What's the image of Africa? What's the image of Nigeria? This is what winning for the obedient movement means. This is what becoming president of PO, becoming a president of Nigeria, that's what it means. Is a change, in the image, in the perception of how we are seen globally. And this is why we'll continue to push against the envelope of this barbarism and the suppression, the oppression that we are subjected to by this regime, particularly.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Mo. Thank you for that extensive, detailed submission. Thank you very much. Ciso, that NCC we don't hear about. You're welcome.
My brother, thank you very much. Good day, Vawulencers. Good day, Saddam. All protocols observed to everybody on the top floor. Nigerians, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. I expected Bola Ahmed Tinubu to fail by every indices. It's not beef, no be quarrel, no be fight. But by all statistical data, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was going to fail in office. But by goodness, I do not believe it to be this bad. The way he snatched the 2023 election, the way he ran it, one of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's fortes all through life was he was the charismatic fellow who knew how to at least put intelligent people to do the work, even though he would disturb them. Or so we thought. Till we got a cabinet. The Nigerian cabinet should have a member per state. We used to have 36. He inflated the cabinet to 48 ministers. But guess what? 44 of those ministers has EFCC fraud cases. How do you expect this man to even achieve anything with such a portfolio? Bola Ahmed Tinubu has refused to accept that if there is nothing the obedient movement has done to him, is that we have unmasked him to the world. The world knows that he's a certificate forger. Till today, Chicago State University's Twitter handle is locked. The world knows, this is not that we said, that the FBI had arraigned him and he had given up $460,000 out of 1 point something million under contention for drug peddling. This has nothing to do with Peter Obi, Igbo people, Obi. This happened before Nigeria was even democratic. What pisses me off about this man, if you have time, Google a lady called Doris Anite. They elected this woman as Minister for Investments. But Tinubu will not keep his ugly face at home, a face that only a mother can love. Dele Alake will not keep his ugly face at home and send that woman to do investments. Now them go carry their hand and his one word every 4 seconds manner of speaking to be going all over the country, the world, telling us he's looking for investments. Any day you have time, just look for that Doris Anite woman, her picture, and tell me that this person is a serious person. I asked a question today when I was sitting with my APC guys. I said, you support us abandoning all the roads in the country. I showed them a painful video today that happened today in Edo State. A tanker fell upside down in a flood. I said, see this video, and we're going to leave all these roads to go and build a new coastal road. I asked them, I said, why didn't you people ignore Third Mainland Bridge that you're so proud of, that is one of your biggest achievements today, and start building a new bridge in Lagos? Why now? Why then did you fix Third Mainland and you're so proud of it? Why not start building a new coastal Fourth Mainland, since we want to be stupid? All of a sudden, you see tweets on the timeline, Landmark was charging so amount, so. I'm looking at these liars. You pay 3,000 naira gate fee, you walk into Landmark, and you can have a field time. I don't know where these demonic lies from the pits of hell are coming from. We host Obi's house in Landmark every Monday. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is about to clock 1 year in office. And by God, it's an F9 on every account. Education, F9. The educational subsidy has been removed. His so-called student loan has not been granted. Security, F9. He has not come out to tell us any proactive measure he's taking, especially in the Middle Belt and with the Fulani herdsmen crisis. He has not prescribed open grazing and has said nothing on the issue. F9 security. Soldiers, F9. A soldier came out the other day and complained that the transportation from his place, where he was posted to his house and back, is more than his monthly salary. That soldier was arrested and imprisoned. As I speak to you people today, breaking news is that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is currently in France on medical leave. Go and check Sahara Reporters. Breaking news from World Economic Summit in Saudi Arabia. He fell ill. He went to UK. From UK, they've carried him to France. And the federal government
My
is
brother, he
lying
went to
about
France to go and meet his godfather to give assessment on Coastal Road.
obviously now to go and show
Past that level now.
now we are one land, but you and I know the real reason he's in France. Did that man speaking in Saudi Arabia look like he was ill? He won't go there and say, don't worry, we don't scatter Landmark. Those very stupid people. The Oniru family has come out to say that the coastal road you people talked about, that is on you people's plan, master plan that we know, Ocean has collected it. So which coastal road are you guys talking about? No kind lamba where we never collect this week. You tell me that my shipping company was to invest $600 million in Nigeria, which is a lie. Then you went and destroyed something worth $200 million that already existed in Nigeria. Dear Tinubu, if you people wanted to chance Landmark, just use your executive powers and just chance Landmark. Abi, true or false? Is it today it will happen? Did you have to destroy Landmark? Just chance the man, collect everything, turn them to your name. Not been so they run things normally. So you people go and look for another $200 million to rebuild it. Then you people are telling me that in Nigeria, there are tribes, Ijaws and the rest that are called coastal communities. And you people are going to destroy every coastal community, coastal tribe, every fishing tribe, fishing village from here to Calabar, unchallenged. When common landmark don't cause problem, when would that road then be finished at this rate? Fight, quarrel, Umahi will come out and speak, fight, quarrel, property. And people are defending this madness. Dr. Mo was talking about the total breakdown of law and order. I need to remind you that at a filling queue yesterday in Obalende, a DSS official in frustration brought out his gun and shot another Nigerian to death. A video trended in the morning of a very brutal fight between two Nigerians over at a fuel queue in Port Harcourt. By evening, 2 police trucks in Obalende were on fire because Obalende youth has set it on fire because a DSS official killed a man at a fuel queue. And this is the Nigeria we are in. We woke up this afternoon, Dangote came out and shouted that the worst decision this country made was floating the naira. Nobody has gotten up today. The Minister for Finance has not gotten up now to tell you people that Dangote is aggravating the Fulanis towards the federal government. But if Peter Obi talks about Ocean Road, Umahi will tell you people that Peter Obi is aggravating the Igbos against the coastal road. Atiku talked a bit against that coastal road, but Atiku was not instigating the people of Adamawa against the coastal road, according to Umahi. Make una they look Nigeria. Make una they look Nigeria. Today, Ekiti State, the state that submitted their lie of an INEC result first, before collation had ended, Ekiti has submitted that Tinubu had won. The rigging in Ekiti was so bad, it was called a national disgrace and a national embarrassment. Google it. The rigging in Ekiti was so bad. People rigged Tinubu in on credit in Ekiti. It's on record, it's on video. Today, by permutations, petrol is selling for 1,500 naira least pump price in Ekiti. Lessons are being learnt. A video trended today of a northern man crying bitterly at a filling station because he could not even afford the petrol. He had queued, got into the queue and found that he couldn't afford it. I was tempted to sound like a bat idiot and tweet, why drive a motorbike? Why not sell it and drive a bicycle? Is that not how they will speak? And I ask, lessons are being learnt. The people that said we will cry are crying. The worst Muslim president is better than the best Christian presidents. We don't run them 8 years, Buhari. We don't do a Muslim ticket, Tinubu. It never reached 1 year. And there are tears in the north. I've told you people, Dr. Mo, after like next year, make Peter Obi just no stress himself again. May he just go holiday for 2 years. 2027 election will be the easiest for him to win in this country. No worry yourself. If this now 1 year, I say no worry yourself. I told you people that before 1 year of Tinubu will happen, we will all be obedient. Didn't I predict it? Did I not predict it? Alex Oti woke up. Alex Oti is not building a whole new road round Abia because all the roads in Abia were bad. Listen, Alex Oti started fixing all the roads in Abia. As I speak to you today, the train from Abia to Port Harcourt has been commissioned. It is an old train, it's a disgusting train, but Aba got a train faster than Lagos. Follow this mathematics with me, children of God. We always told ourselves that we wish there was a way Peter Obi could have one section of this country and run it. Tinubu could have one section of this country and run it. Atiku will have the less gauge at the end of the day. It is already happening. One section of this country is Abia State. Look at Abia State on Kepu Kepu News. Abia State, this is Alex Oti's own 1 year in office. Abia State has achieved 24-hour electricity. Abia State has achieved 1 power plant. Abia State has achieved more roads fixed in Abia than Umahi has achieved nationwide. Abia State has achieved train from Abia to Port Harcourt. Abia State. A picture came out yesterday. Olumide Akpata went to Abia State to visit Alex Oti. On their table, groundnuts, garden egg, cashew nuts, cola nuts. Humble men that came to work. I've told you people, I'm not stressing myself in Edo State. If Edo State put Asun, they go chop them for 4 more years. Then by that 4 more years, nobody go beg them. Because by that time, God knows whether in Abia State, they might have been launching themselves to the moon by 4 years. They no go beg anybody by that time. 1 LP states is the only achieving state out of 36. But the Governor Zulum that they are telling you people should take over after Tinubu is paying 7,500 naira as salary to teachers. Meanwhile, Peter Obi has revamped education in Anambra to the point that public school students are winning international mathematics competitions. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the no school attending animal, has instructed WAEC to stop announcing highest results. You think you are doing me? I want to remind you people also that barely a few days ago, Peter Obi went to his alma mater. And from tomorrow, we must ask Bola Ahmed Tinubu to go to his secondary school. He must do it. They never born him well. What nonsense. You have a fucking old man in Asurok that cannot respect himself. He no go school, and I should be tolerating this shit. Bola Ahmed Tinubu must visit his alma mater next week. Let them go and stage it. Let them stage it. Peter Obi cannot go to his school, and those beautiful pictures came out. And the smelly man in Asurok that you people are threatening me with did not go to school. Attended schools before they existed. And embarrassed at American University to the point that they shut down all their social media handles. Till date, you people are crazy in that camp. Tokumbo Wahab, Abi, what's his name? He's celebrating going under bridges and chasing people. Which other state in this country have you ever heard that people are living under bridge? Think about it, Nigerians. Which other states in Nigeria have you heard that people actively live under the bridge to the point that there are 86 rooms under a bridge? The occasional junkie, the occasional mad person, yes. Where you don't hear say 86 rooms were created under a bridge, except Lagos State. And those people in those rooms could pay an average of 250,000 naira as rent. Those people are probably the drivers, the house girls, the chefs of Dolphin Estate residents. Una don't go pursue them. Already in Lagos, if your car breaks down at night, or even I was robbed in the daytime and nearly thrown off a bridge because my car broke down in Lagos. I had to settle those boys 40,000 naira. The man that came to tow my car, they beat him up. It is on the newspapers. It trended to the point it was on news. N6 car accident. It did papers. On Sunday, I must tell Harrison, after we do Tinubu Lagos School series, we must do Tinubu Road series. On Sunday, 12 midnight, my car got into a pothole on Lekki Ekpe Expressway and my tire blew out. Brand new tire I bought in December. Now, area boys, where they down for, way back. If you see where they jumped down, I ran across the express. I nearly died, thinking they wanted to rob me. They got there, say, no, boss, say, this pothole, they boss people tire. Now, them, they help people. Shall I go give them something? I say, no, wahala. Then carry cigar, give me. Make I smoke, calm down. Me, when no they smoke cigar, I shall collect the cigar, make I be like, say, I be one of them. Now, so these boys help me change my tire. Tinubu Lagos Road Series. Let Tinubu explain to us why we are still having yellow downfall in Lagos in 2024 with our IGR. Meanwhile, someone is wearing Patek Philippe. We go naked this administration. They will tell us where they built low-income housing. Anybody that has 250K is not poor. It's a contributing member of society. Destitutes were picked out of slums. Street urchins were apprehended on the overhead bridge. No type of lingo. Tinubu must show us his alma mater. I don't tell you na my own. And last but not the least, the clown called Dave Umahi, a man that built 23 flyovers in Ebonyi State in 8 years. And an airport that looks like a circus that nobody uses, has the guts to be talking nonsense about Peter Obi. It's so sad where we are in this country. This is Dave Umahi. In 2018, that was so bitter. I think we picked Peter Obi in 20 that he left PDP angrily and went to APC and has been a clown in APC ever since. 19 Tinubu look down, carry do Minister for Works. David Umahi that meets Oibos, that meets Julius Berger engineers, where some know they even understand English, that works with Chinese, is telling Leila Johnson Salami he does not understand phonetics. That person under Peter Obi would have been sacked or reprimanded within 24 hours. There's no sort of bitter, angry, terrible video that doesn't come out of Nigeria. If there was a video of masquerade people flogging a nurse off an Okada into a gutter, you will not hear things from the police on issues like that. Bobrisky is in prison for the same crime Cubana chief priest is free today from. But somebody wants to tell me that it's because Bobrisky's lawyer is the law not meant to be blind? But because Bobrisky's lawyer doesn't have sense. Same crime. Look, children of God, I will say this and I will say this on public record. There is one red line that we will draw today for the APC. And that red line is a non-crossing red line. Goodluck Jonathan did not arrest any of you bastards for all the nonsense you did in his administration and all the shit you guys said. You see these rumors of Peter Obi arrest. You guys better die that shit. As long as APC is in power and as long as Peter Obi is alive, you guys bet that shit should never be spoken of again. We forever draw that red line now. Any hair on Peter Obi's head that is touched, we will burn this country. If you're not mad, you people killed 800 Nigerians for Buhari in 2011. And Buhari came out and said the baboons and the dogs will be soaked in blood. If anything happens to Peter Obi, the baboon, the monkey, the serpent that swallows snake, the snake that swallows money, they will be soaked in blood. We don't reach where we know they fear to talk anything again in this country. What I am saying now hangs on a caveat. Nigeria will be peaceful because Peter Obi remains peaceful. Anything that happens to Peter Obi that is state-sponsored, this country will not contain us, APC and PDP. We will now know who really won that election. We will suffer everything else. Call us cowards or anything else. We didn't fight when election. We didn't fight when you stole election. You see how many grace we have given you as the Nigerian people. We didn't fight you. We are not fighting you now under fuel. We are not fighting you under dollar. But the red line we have drawn today on the violence space, let it be forever recorded in heaven, on the earth, and in the waters of the deep. If anything state-sponsored happens to Peter Obi, because the nonsense you people spoke in the last 24 hours must be countered. This country will not contain LP, PDP, and APC plus Showore people. That revolution now, we go run now. Let us say this once and for all. Nobody is promising you violence if you keep yourselves respectful. You have one job. If in 1 year, by this time next year, May 2nd, 2025, we can be talking about 24-hour light in Edo State, a train connecting Edo State to probably Lagos. We can be talking about all the roads in Edo State fixed, or at least 90% of them. Progressive discussions under the LP canopy. Left to me, if you notice, I don't bother myself with Edo State. You can either continue in your status quo, or you can look at an example that works and go there. If Edo State claims to have been the heartbeat and pulse of the obedient movement, it should be a walkover. I'm not bothered by the demented tweets of the Lawrence Okoros and the rest of them. I am not bothered. You look at the Igodalo man, and there's nothing to write home about. His smiles don't connect to his ears. His eyes don't smile when he smiles. Why are we deceiving ourselves? At this point, God bless you all. God bless Nigeria. And God bless Peter Obi for what he's doing in this country. I yield.
All right, thank you very much. Omo, Dana, that's really sermon. Thank you very much, Susan. That was like point on submission, and I'm with you on the red line, bro. I mean,
My brother, we must draw it to. We
Oh,
must
I'm
draw
not
it
with you on
to.
any deadline, I beg. We just any person just carry propaganda come out to just who talks say they want
Now,
to do
now,
this.
I was about saying that personally, I don't but I want to believe that these people are not that dull. But it is what it is. But I appreciate the fact that Siso actually made reference to it. All right, quickly.
Make them run am, make them run am.
My brother, I have reached a point where no be a matter of made and run, and we are dealing with psychopaths. We are promising you
Who they God
that
want
if you
make
run am,
mad, you I be who they God
leave
want to
if,
kill, best
leave
make mad.
propaganda,
May they run am.
leave anything,
Else make them run am. Who
and
the
burn
God
their
want to
papa
kill the
well.
best make mad.
Nonsense.
Make them run am.
Come be, maybe it be like say we don't day reactionary too much.
Tinubu run it.
Baba,
Run it.
if them burn your papa well, go know that your papa house for a rugby G. They craze.
All right, that was some flame. Thank you very much, Ensis. I mean, every point you made reference to. A lot happened in this country, and sometimes if you, I mean, it gets overwhelming. I think even Nigerians forget their suffering because the suffering is too much. Like overwhelm you with different things, and at some point you just forget some of it. So, but quickly, let's just we'll just go back to like our speakers. Please, if I call you out to speak, please 3 minutes on the dot. But in fact, if you can do 2 minutes, you'll be MVP for me, sir. But let's do 3 minutes back on. Once you hear I wave my hand, but after that, if I knock my TikTok, just know that you should be rounding off. All right, quickly, I'll just go quickly back to back speakers. First, I'll start just to take a lady. I'll start with $1 Million Girl. After which, I'll come to Zari. Then we'll go to Yinka, and we'll take it from there. $1 Million Girl, please go ahead. $1 Million Girl, I don't 30 seconds to wait for you. All right, I don't know. I don't think $1 Million Girl is actually there. All right, okay. Zari, please go ahead.
Okay, well, meaning Sizzle, Saddam, Mo, Bolale, and everybody. I kept falling off, so I hope I'm audible. Am I?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Now, you see, in all fairness, I'll be as brief as possible. In all fairness, we will have a problem with the APC if, at this point, I'd say, if we continue to pretend we didn't know what basically the APC was. Much as anybody would want to argue, for the very first time, of course, it's not exactly as if we have not had foreign interference in the course of our governance in the country, but for the very first time, an embodiment of something that was absolutely not local crept into our country. We watched how it was forged. A typical example is, because I usually deal with it as the APC, I don't really bother so much about the individuals. Yes, it is true that you will earn yourself a certain rich, CV in criminality to basically play any key role in this, the APC government. The first candidate they brought and put on our head was one that was openly opposed to the fight against terrorism, and then he came in. While people spoke, it looked as if everybody is just corrupt. They don't want the so-called Megaskia, that means the honest man. They don't want him to come and deal with corrupt politicians. He came. As far as corruption is concerned, we borrowed money, we printed money, they stole it, they shared it. And then terrorism, once localized in the Northeast, spread to every part of the country.
What you're saying is the truth. So focus on those people that will not go and collect money from the back like him, and focus on the people that we can get. That's just my own. I don't. If you look at all the sentiment of the people that are championing
Okay.
it, their agenda will
Let me
not go
let me let
anywhere.
me say something
This is
that
a
makes let
the
me say
divide and
how
conquer strategy of
I've
Tinubu.
I've
Go on.
heard you and I buy into your argument, obviously. But let me now say the only way for me how my heart can take this thing. Northern Nigeria will have to start that protest and sustain it for 14 days before we in southern Nigeria trust the protest enough and are willing. Why am I saying this? When we, the youth of Southern Nigeria, came up with NSAS, they did not follow. It lasted 12 days, and we saw how it ended.
My
For
brother,
me,
my brother.
no, I'm just let me
NCs.
land, my brother. I'm sorry. Like you said, what you said might annoy you. What I said too might annoy you. The only way I might feel confident with a northern protest now is the leaders of the protest are not people that have double mind. If I see some certain faces there, if I see person like Ibrahim, some kind people, I go no say, okay, this protest has something in mind. Two, if the northern protest is not saying remove Bola Ahmed Tinubu and put Peter Obi, if they're just protesting for protesting sake, if they're just protesting for Tinubu to hear them, or what, if the protest is not you come down, you enter, Baba, I don't know what they're protesting for. If the protest is not, if the protest has Shetima as the person that they want to come in, then you tell me as a Southern youth that, okay, let's just support them because Tinubu is so bad. But let's have unity of purpose that
My brother, you
no,
people
no,
don't
let
know
me
your
land. Let
network.
me make my final statement. If Buhari wanted to run for third term in 2023, and you had seen the future that in 1 year Tinubu would have carried fuel from 165 to 700, she do like play. If I don't Buhari on, if I don't agree, make Buhari continue. If that was the only person in this country, so I'm just trying to make you understand that it's bad, though, but Nigeria will always prove to you that it can get worse. So we should be very. That's just where I feel we should be very careful. All protocols observed, I yield.
All right, thank you, my brother. Let me just wrap up with what I was saying then. For me, I'm not saying the protest should have an. In fact, when you start labeling it, put this, put that, you're not putting in and bringing in an agenda behind it. Which for me, there should be no even agenda behind it. It is Nigerians coming out en masse and practicing their civil duty. That Northerners did not join the NSAS is because NSAS does not happen in the north. It is not a peculiar issue. They don't know what is NSAS in the north. You think in the north they have ever seen SARS? Does SARS exist in the north? It doesn't exist in the north. So you're telling them to protest what they don't know. They're not passing through what we were passing through in the south. I say this all the time that we have two Nigeria. If you have lived across Nigeria, you understand the system at play in the country. We have Nigeria in the north, Nigeria in the south. What's of Tinubu in the north?
Baba Fulani
In the
S-men are not
south.
killing me in Lagos, but I was sympathetic to what's going on in the middle belt.
Yeah, I'm not. It is because
Okay,
they're crying.
continue.
It is because if you're not sympathetic to them, they are crying. There's a reason why. If you cannot, because people are not crying with you, mean you not cry with them. If you choose not to cry with them, no problem. But if they choose to cry with you, there's no problem either. We should understand this. We should understand the
I'm
semantics.
not choosing to not cry with them. I say I want to see them cry, be sure the cry is genuine, then watch the cry for a while before I join them to cry.
Our
Because the last time I cried, they didn't cry with me.
born down Nigeria for Buhari.
There's trauma and PTSD one day.
People
Okay,
were born down Nigeria
continue, my
for
brother.
Buhari. People were born down Nigeria for Buhari. When they knew that Buhari did not win elections in 2011, they born down. I'm not saying my own is that if Nigerians, that's just my point though. If we really want to get things working, we have to understand that it cannot be happening only in the south or in the north, and that's Tinubu's game. This is what we're playing at Tinubu's game.
This sounds like if we really want to get Jonathan out, we should go and do alliance with headsmen and killer tribes from Mauritania.
There is
How
no
did that turn out, even for the
you're
people that did
comparing
it?
apples and oranges here.
No,
Salamo no argue this our
Sam,
argument where they argue 1
Sam,
hour for hour. For you know, so we
Dr.
don't forget
Mos,
say with
Dr.
this
Mos,
space.
come
Oh
in
yeah, make
please.
space
Sam,
continue.
this talk,
Well,
I
meaning
must
collect
put mouth
mic.
inside because
No, Dr. Mos document
the
to talk because now that's in
no
a
the
region.
the rhetoric way they won't take divide us with that. You know, I talk something here. Our energy not the same.
Dr. Mo, can
That
you allow
that
me
that
to address it, my brother? I think it's my turn to speak, and I believe I would try
Onyeka,
okay.
to
hold on,
touch on
sorry.
that. Dr. Mo, how
Onyeka, please
Onyeka,
calm
hold on.
down and we'll call you back. Don't worry.
Dr. Mo, let Onyeka, let's not kill Onyeka's train of thought. Then
We'll see your
we
time back
promise
to
you
you,
can
Dr.
come.
Onyeka. Please.
Onyeka will do a good job on
Okay.
it.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. Dr. Mo, it's been a while. How far? Yeah, where do we start from? The conversation has been going on well, and as usual, we've heard nothing but the truth. but we have multiple truths, okay? Multiple things can be true at the same time. Let me put it out there, okay? If you can help anybody to Japa, please do, okay? If you can take as many people as you can out of Nigeria to the abroad, go ahead and do that. However, the reality is that the capacity of the passport services of the Nigerian immigration, in 2 years, they were able to produce about 1.7 to 1.9 million passport booklets in 2 years. So this was a couple of years back. You feel free to double the capacity right now, okay? At least on paper. This government doubles everything on paper. And anyways, but we are 225 million, 220 million, 180 million. Pick any number that you want. The reality is that the Japa option is not a sustainable solution. There is a reason I am saying this, because I will say things that many people may not agree with, but just have an open mind if you can. To get this thing off, because it is something that Call Me Lexi said when it was time for Call Me Lexi's submission, that the Ariwas did not support Peter Obi. It is not a verifiable narrative. What we know, and the reason you would know it is not verifiable, is that I know that the Ariwas did not tell anyone anywhere at all that they did not want Peter Obi. In fact, if they did, if we were all sure that the Ariwas rejected him and will reject him the way it was being portrayed, there will be no need to turn off the IREV. Essentially, if the election would go in their favor, they wouldn't spend all the energy turning off IREV. So let us kill that. Let's focus on the things that we can verify. Coming to Nigeria, seeing that only very few people can Japa, and we are still human, and we must continue to live and exist in Nigeria. I do think that we can only invest ourselves, okay, into prosperity. It is only by investments, continuous investment in different areas of the economy, that we can create jobs, that is the only way. And the only people that will do it are Nigerians. It is a statement of fact. It is only Nigerians that can and will do what? Invest in Nigeria to build whatever society you want us to. When you close your eyes and you think of a good Nigeria, wherever you see, okay, that picture, that dream, that vision, it can only be achieved by Nigerians. Okay? Nigerians the world over. It is not only Nigerians in Nigeria that have a responsibility. Nation building has always been and will remain a collective responsibility. Now, before I proceed, let me submit that I am of the opinion that we can do multiple things at the same time. We can decouple the economy away from political power. It has been done in other nations, okay? Because if we separate the economy, we can at least focus on the things that we can do. Whilst, of course, we are not saying that we will abandon political power for them. No, but we can separate the two. It's a different conversation. On investing in Nigeria, the reason you have to reconsider is that there are people that are genuinely making money. Now, if you do not like the government in place, if you do not like what I am saying, if you do not like, I think your money has a vote because your money wants to increase in value and create value, creating value beyond what have you. But there are people that are actually making real investments in Nigeria. It is a green field and they are killing it in spite of all the challenges. It is not for everybody. I agree. It is a risk. I agree. Okay. If you do not have the stomach to take that risk, fine. But the idea that we would not invest anywhere or any part of Nigeria, I think I will continue to push back on that any day, anytime. What is happening in Lagos? We must call it out. Okay, but at the same time, we must acknowledge that it is a national problem. Did we not see the same level of irresponsibility in Kano? What with all the breaking, demolition. So it is an abuse. We have seen it in rivers, right? In the past. I mean, it's not as if, I think it is a national problem. And if we are having that conversation, it is okay to have expanded, yes, focus on the one that is happening right now, obviously, because it is, I mean, that is what everybody is talking about. But we must not forget that it is a national problem. Okay, it is all about abuse of office by people that are not supposed to. So how do we ensure that these people are held accountable? It will still come down to politics and political power and the people there. If a state house of assembly that is meant to, if they are not doing their job, okay. So I think it is a good point to lay it out. But finally, before I land
Yeah.
the mic, just permit me 30 more seconds, okay? There are no different interests anywhere in Nigeria. It is only the Nigerian interest, national interest. What is good for Igbo people is good for the Yorubas and good for the Fulanese. Okay? So, in having these conversations, there are no separate interests. It is only the national. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that submission. Anyway, I think at some point in the space not too long ago, Saddam and ISIS that took not be one not don't carry us go where we don't know, although now where we go like go to. So I know say some people because the way the request don't a jump, some people don't want to enter school of thought. Say I belong to Saddam school of thought, I belong to ISIS school of thought. Anyway, well.
Set our for and against.
Now I turn out to debate. But you know, I mean,
Let's
okay,
not
let me
forget Dr. Mo had an opinion on that issue as well.
yeah, Dr. Mo, please go ahead. Dr. Mo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I mean, it's a tipping point, and Onyeka, thank you for what you said. Is a tipping point. We would never and we should never agree. You know, I know that's where we've always failed. That's where our founding fathers have always failed. The people before us, they've always failed. Where people are able to divisively disconnect us, and it's all bordered around the ideology. And we must understand that, especially we in this space, because each and every one of us, we are leaders, and we must understand that it's very critical. These 600 languages that are abound here, these 250, ethnic divides, that's how divided we are ideologically. In Nigeria today, we don't. P2B is the only politics that has ever existed in Nigeria. The only tool that is being used, the tool of religion and ethnicity, that's what is being used. That's why people can move from any party because there are no ideological, you know. And so because we are not agreed ideologically, you can have NSAS have success in the south and it will not break into the north. And the perpetrators, the enemies of Nigeria, they use this, they like it. So each time we speak those narratives that say, "Oh, let the North wake up by themselves. Let these people wake up by themselves," they like it because that's our dividing line. That is the one thing and one place we must never allow, because they know the day we agreed. See, Adamawa State alone, I know it has there over 100 languages in Adamawa State alone. But you see, when you think of the North, because of the ingenuity of some of the founding fathers, you think of the 250 ethnicity that exists in Nigeria. There are 200 in northern Nigeria, 200. And so, but when you think of northern Nigeria, you are thinking of one religion, and then you're thinking of what? You're thinking of maybe one or two tribes. And that is, you see, and we must understand that block. Once we can think Nigeria, to think Nigeria means that whatever is happening to the south, to the north, to the Birom, to the Igala, to the least of us is happening to all of us. And the day we are unified ideologically, I'm telling you, the enemies of Nigeria are dead, because they always will want to ensure. We should not forget that as it stands today, I think I gave an example that where we went to in Brennan Kebi, where P2B went and gave them borehole, gave them money and helped them. If the governor of the state go there to say anything negative about, they will beat him. None of us here, they are not concerned. They will deal with him, because they'll deal with anybody. If you go to Sokoto, where he went to go and sing borehole in that place, and go and say anything about him, because at the end of the day, what he gave them does not respond to tribe or anything. So we must find a way to continue to ensure that any narrative that tend in any way, and that's why we must never allow, this narrative that people like Dave Umehi are trying to do, where it makes, trying to say, oh, okay, let the Igbo not participate in protest because it doesn't. That is what they want. As long as they can put us in one place and divide us. Last example, Peter Obi won Lagos, not because Igbo people voted for him. It is because Yoruba people voted for him. This is data, pure fact. But how do they want to divide us? They want to ensure, because of, I can swear to you, no more than 20 people, useless 20 people that went about caning people from one polling booth to the other. You now want to come and label an entire tribe. Because of the elites in the north. Imagine just this Ramadan that passed. Jigawa and some of these states are using 10 billion naira to say they are feeding people. How much did P2B, those of us that, how much did we spend? Just about 7 states that we went to give borehole and stuff. The narrative of conversation about P2B in northern Nigeria has completely changed. That's how easy it is. The people who are Almajiris, who are out of school, that are at the receiving end of this thing, they are being used. They are because they are weaponized. They are tools. Let's not fall for it. They are the victims. They need help. And the only way we can move forward as a people is not to speak in terms of our religion or tribe, but to speak in terms of Nigeria. Should Peter Obi become the president of Nigeria, it means that Nigeria has become president. Each and every one of us here, what we represent is not our tribe. Not because our tribe is not important, but look at UK, for example. The tribes they are there, but it does not superimpose on the nationality, that national idealism. That is what we must ensure we keep pushing. This is what the obedient movement is about. It is beyond the parochialism of religion, region, and ethnicity. We must ensure that
Dr. Mo, sorry, I just want to ask one question, Dr. Mo. Can I ask just one question? Because this is
absolutely.
just, like I said, I agree with everybody, but this is just my fear. If tomorrow, Nasir El-Rufai, Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso, and about 2 other big voices in the north, and Waspapin, just follow what I'm saying. There are some names I'm calling. You see a picture on Waspapin's page calling for a nationwide protest tomorrow. But the main agitators of this protest is Kwakwanso, El-Rufai, and some of these devious names. Would you come out of your house for that protest, sir?
If they call for it.
I mean, we need a protest at all means. We need something to shake Tinubu up. If those were the people who called for it, would you come out for that protest, sir? Just asking.
If the narrative of conversation is inclusive and is in tandem with our cause and purpose, absolutely. You see, as we are speaking here today, and I want you to
So,
get this.
sir, do you think these people would have a narrative of discussion that will be loyal to our cause?
As we speak right now, let me tell you, I mean, this is an open space. Somebody like Atiku right now, if he doesn't support Obi, he's already caged. And I'm speaking politics right now. This is not even about nation building. Politically, he's been caged where he is right now. It is to his benefit. Sometimes, you know, and this is when we're dealing with issues, this is how you see. You remember when Mandela was speaking, and Mandela was supporting, he wasn't supporting the West. You see, if any, at every point in time, when you break into the tactics that they use for us, we must use it against them. We must ensure that we break into their own cycle, divide them, and then get part, because we must play that game. If they speak our language, if they speak our narrative, if they support our cause, regardless of who they are, at any point in time, we will embrace them, because they increase our volume. And that's the only way we can win. Once we can break into them, if today, if Atiku say wants to support Obi, so we'll not take him, they will come. We will collect all of them. When we win, it's our agenda. Everybody has agenda. And like I keep pushing, I said, if some people think that they can have Igbo agenda, you can have Yoruba agenda, you can have Idoma agenda, you can have Tiba. Why can't we have a Nigerian agenda? Obedient movement is a Nigerian agenda. It's not an Igbo agenda. It's not Yoruba agenda. It is Nigerian agenda. And any people, any party, any tribe, any religion that supports our agenda, we will embrace it. Islam support us, we will take it. Christianity, atheists, whoever. You see, people fail because they lack agenda. If you have agenda, you can work with anybody as long as they fall in line with your agenda. If America is not supporting our agenda, we will speak against it. The day America speaks anybody that speaks our language, our agenda, Saudi Arabia, Israel, the day you support Nigeria, we will stand for you. But if you don't support our agenda, if America is supporting Tinubu, it means you hate Nigeria. We will not. We will fight you. This is the point. It is about our agenda is clear. Our agenda is not divisive. Dave Ume Umehi is condemned today. Why? Because he went against the national agenda. He's corrosive. He's divisive. He's evil. He's wicked. What he did is to undermine. What he's trying to do is what we will go against him, and he's finished already. Whether it is Soludo, whether it's Tinubu, whoever, whether it's Konko, so you go against our agenda, we'll pull you down. Our agenda is what is supreme. This is the point, and this is where we need to stay.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Mo. I'm actually laughing at, a lot of
Sorry,
points.
but when we are going,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on, go on.
Okay, I was going to say, a lot of points have been made. I know people like to say I'm diplomatic a lot of the time. I don't know why I did not study international relations and diplomacy in school. But, I kind of, most of the time, actually, it's because I kind of listen to everybody and I try to pick I'm not an extreme person, so I don't pick like the extremes. Like, I don't think it's totally this way or totally that way. Listening to the conversation so far, actually, I think what Saddam is saying is pretty much something that we need to shape in our mindset. Right? I asked this question a lot on obedience spaces, especially recently, when a lot was going on the timeline. I tend to ask, but I said, I think one of the first questions every obedient should ask themselves is, what do I want to achieve as an obedient? Right? You might want to, and I think a lot of time, each of us have what we want to achieve. Right? So, but not to go deep into the conversation, what Saddam is saying is pretty much on a large scale, right? If you go to, but what NC is saying is quite specific. So what NC is saying, why I agree with it is that NC is saying there are specific people that we can't just bring trust to, right? NC is pretty much saying that, if, for
Yes,
example,
now. It's like saying under Jonathan, Nigeria was suffering. Would you go for occupying Nigeria with Tinubu, Rufai, Adeboye, and the rest of them?
Yeah,
In
yeah,
hindsight, we've had so much data to show that if we support the wrong people for the right things, they always hijack it. So I'm very wary. That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
Continue,
yeah.
bro.
So what NCC is saying is that even while we are, for me, so that what I'm going to learn from what has been said, or what I've learned is that even while I'm wary of these people, like for example, if like just to be very direct, if What's Popping was to call for a protest, What's Popping himself now, I don't like to call the guy, was to call for a protest now in the north, am I going to open a space and say, obedient, let's join What's Popping? I'm not going to do it, especially not on the
God
first, second,
bless you.
third, fifth day, right? But if I see some other persons, that's why Saddam was specific about people in his comment section. I told us some time back, the day WhatsApp made that tweet about Peter Obi's drilling ball, this and that and that and that. If you notice, the next day he came out to make the turnaround because he realized backlash. What I did was go to the comment section. And when I was going to the comment section, I was not looking for names like Chinedu. I was not looking for names like Ola. I was not looking for names like Usa. I was looking for the Abduls, the Mubaraks, the Abdullahis. I wanted to have usually I go to comment section to have a feel of what people that are not all these riffraff that have been paid are saying. So it's those people. It's why sometimes, even when I want to air my mind on the comment section, I'll be like, I might think I'm talking to only what's popping, like I'm giving him fire for fire. But some of those people might come and read my comment and they will feel hot by my comment and say, I think Malam Jabri says it a lot of times on our spaces that, some of the time what is said is screenshotted and they share it on WhatsApp group and say, these are the people you want us to, those kind of things. But, why we should just pretty much be open-minded. This new Nigeria that we want, it's not something that we can only win in the South. We need to identify. And the good thing is that these bad heads, they are very few. I think that's my comfort. There are very few. So it's left for us to identify the many good heads that probably have been deceived by these few bad heads and start to amplify their voice. I was saying, I saw of recent, Dambelo, for example. I was just telling Saddam not too long ago that Dambelo, for example, that guy that does skit every day, releases a skit. And I'm happy now that Obedience are praising him. When I first saw that guy, I don't know. Some of us, I think one of us saw that guy is obedient. That guy, I don't know if he's obedient or not. Maybe he is in his heart. I don't know. But typically, that guy is not our kind of obedient that does. I'm obedient. But when I first saw that guy, I wouldn't lie. Initially, I was kind of skeptical. I wanted to retweet him. Like I know the kind of people that follow me, they are obedient. But this, and in his comment section, I see people try to say, the not, oh, share the not remembers. Oh, share the not this. Hey, share the not that. Like, throwing those kind of tantrum. But I knew this guy was doing us a lot of good. So I said, if you go to my TL, you probably see my first tweet of the guy where I said, I don't know who you support, I don't know what you do, but whatever you're doing now makes a lot of sense to me. And I think I'll give kudos to you. So, I see now he's doing a lot, right? And I feel like it's because, he has seen that a lot of audience, a lot of people like what he's doing. So he's continuing to do it. And if you go to his comment section, he has very good northern audience. His audience are not typically obedient.
If you want fear that guy, go and watch him on Instagram.
Exactly. So he has very good northern audience, and I'm just hoping that kind of person, we keep pushing. But as much as possible, if we throw in like rhetoric, all those kind of people on his comment section that does all those, the not this, the not that. We need that kind of person.
Let me just help you here, and just let me just help you here. You see, out of that Peter Obi's move to the north, there's actually, you see, for some of us, I ask obedience a lot of time. Many of us take this as cruise. Ask yourself really what you want from this movement. What is your
Peter being
what is your and how are you contributing towards Peter Obi being Aso? These are the questions you ask yourself every single day. What are you doing towards it? Are you dividing? Are you spoiling? Is the man building in the north, and you, as he's building in the north, you are on social media with your Twitter handle in your room after you probably got line up for 7 hours? You will not come and be destroying the one he's building in the north. I ask myself this question all the time because for many of us it is like banter. It is like make we do who sabi tweet pass, who sabi yeah pass, who sabi, all these things follow. I'm not saying it's as if it's a bad thing, but at a point in time we should ask ourselves: are we doing more harm or more good? While this whole Peter Obi stuff was going on, one of our sisters I don't mention her name, I don't put her on the spotlight. She reached out to me. She's northern. She reached out to me and we spoke. And I told her, sister, see, please just go under these people's tweets. When I just all those names were calling like that. She has a WhatsApp group of over 300 as of when me and she spoke. As of when me and she spoke, that was like over 2 weeks ago. Why may not be there online doing banter? That girl has created a WhatsApp group of northerners that she does not know from anywhere. Over 300 of them that she got from Twitter alone. That are creating a PO movement as in from social media. So things are going on. So if you want to go and start focusing on the WhatsApp poppings, then Bashar Ahmed, and you carry and look at you look at the north from those people's eye, we will not go anywhere. There are young people that were misinformed about P2B before elections. You can't blame them. Their imams told them who P2B is. He said this, he said that. Their radio station told them P2B is a criminal. P2B pursue northerners from Anambra State. Their TV told them P2B is bad. How do you expect them? They're not on Twitter. Atiku said they're not on Twitter. Are we forgotten? Atiku said that our voters are not on Twitter. Are we forgotten? They get all their information from one source. And now they are seeing the man for who he really is. It is time for us to understand that banter period is over. If not, Bola Tinubu is the winner. He only wins when the house is divided. It is his MO every single time and every day. Divide and conquer these people. If we unite ourselves together, my brothers
Now,
and sisters.
let me add to what you are saying. You see, that lady she called, part of what we did when we got to the north, you know that for everywhere PO went, apart from feeding 1,000 people, for each of the places we went, he gave money, chunk of money, envelope to at least 100 people. Those 100 people, we have them all locked down. We gave all those data to this lady. They are all on one WhatsApp group. All of them, all of the people that money was given to. Because we're not going to play, we're not playing fair with it. Want to ensure that we have those data and then we increase on those data. If you saw some of those videos that I did, those guys, those on the streets and all of that, it's deliberate. And the one thing with the north that is different from the south is that once you don't know the extent, you know what the PW wasn't playing game. Oh, when he went to the Almajiris, he sat down. You saw he was, in fact, I took some of those videos late. He was eating with them with the same spoon. Do you know what that means? You know what it means in the mind of a northerner? We didn't just, many people don't know that in the north, that's and I would say this to help those of us from the south. We don't know that even Islam in the north is as divided as Christianity. We have Pentecostal, we have this, we have that. We have it also in the north. And the one thing with the north is that once the north, I don't know how many of you saw where the Hausa people rose up and they started fighting and saying that because, we are going to the Tijaniya mosque, we are going to places, the Fulani something, that was a beautiful conversation and narrative because they are looking for taking ownership of P2B. Because the way the North plays its politics is that it's not, they are not working for P2B. Once they embrace P2B, they are working for themselves. They see them, that is how it is done. They will fight. I mean, I know we're on space. They will kill, they will defend, they will do everything they need to do. They will break anything they need to do for themselves, to ensure. And this is the narrative now. I'm telling you, for all the places we've been to, the imams are now calling because they never believed in their life. Now, P2B will sit down with them, give them water, bring schools, put their children in schools. The last time we were in Kaduna, people don't know. You see, in politics, when we go to the north and you sleep in the north. P2B slept in Kaduna. Jabir and his friend, all of those that are under Ibrahim Karim, he had a meeting with young, and we deliberately make sure that all of them, 100% of those young people we met with, they are Muslims. It's important. The narrative is important because we must buy into that block. And deliberately and strategically so. Oh, you don't know why Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing Muslim ticket? Because it's a narrative of conversation. And to change that, is like virus. Now you must enter into that particular something. The young people in Kaduna that he spoke with have never imagined. If you know, when P2B spoke up until midnight, There is none of their leaders that has ever in their life given the time, sat down with them, took pictures with all of them, each one of them. I didn't even appear there because I was taking the pictures to just ensure. And this is what we must do. It's not about, and Saddam, like you said, what does obedience mean to us? What does this change we're talking about? Are we prepared to die for it? Is it show? Is this a game? What does it mean to us? This is what it is. To go into these people, to ensure that we show them genuine love and concern, lift them in one sweep. 330 million was what, you know, P2B donated, just in Kaduna State alone. And he told me, he said, Mo, they think it's not because I have this money, but I have to do it. And because we're not going to stop. It's a beautiful time to be alive, really, to see
Dr.
what's
Mo,
going
just
on.
if
Because
let me take it away from here. Thank you very much. I just for me, I would pass the mic, please, guys. I just had to pour out my heart because for me it is, if you've been on the violence space from when we started Inception, I was almost like in our back channel. We know when they call back channel, they do it somehow. But in our back channel, I was almost like the enemy number one because most of the people in the back channel, I was enemy number one. And since he's laughing now, you know what I'm saying. Because almost all the people in the back channel are from the south. Saddam, every time you're not. Waiting concern you, say they don't go vote Peter Obi. Yeah, I say no. Allow me. I know what I'm seeing. I know the visuals because I grew up. These are the people I grew up with. These are my people. So, and I know that there are people that if they truly know who Peter Obi is for who he is, not what media is telling them, they will die for him. Peter Obi is that Megeskia that the image they gave Buhari is the image of Peter Obi. The image that they sold Buhari with, that that is who Peter Obi is. But they have carried fake news and covered that. So I was like, our investment should go to the north. I championed, I reached out to Abokina Agiri. I had to drag all the northern brothers, say, please come in. Anybody that want to fight with our northern obedience, I will enter that gym. I will beg. People didn't understand what I was doing because for me, these people are the people that need to understand. If they understand, I know our southerners, who will sabi talk. Action. I was in the north in 2011. I know where boys stand up from, go defend Buhari vote. I know what boys do. No be talk. No be saying, no, talk. You go see action. You go see action. You understand? So we need these people to, and Nigeria works for us, works for everybody. So please, our brothers that don't understand, our northern brothers, understand something, especially southerners. You will not get internet first. Will not go school. Will not read. Will not do this, will not do that. Not all of them are like that. Understand their limitations also. And understand that for us to get back this country, we have to work hand in hand. If not, Tinubu is the winner. Oh yeah, now, when Nigeria, back to you.
You guys, okay. Let me concede since I was the lone person in my own camp.
No, you are not the only person.
Okay, my brother 1 minute there with me, yes.
Yeah, I don't.
So,
1 minute
so
on
1 minute.
defense.
Let's concede on behalf of Southern Nigeria. I like the argument. Violence-based family, 1,000 or plus of you here. I no go lie now. This is how we quarrel at the back end. So sometimes when we come on this space and we sound like we agree, if you dey hear the Zoom meeting, sometimes now 5 hours we go swear for ourselves, quarrel. Then we'll come and with a united front. It's just that this one happened live. Una see am. Me and Saddam, we know they agree. Me una nothing say we dey agree. I don't know which topic Saddam has ever brought that I agreed with him. Well, meaning his witness, Joe Obedient is witness from big. We have never agreed on anything as well, but we can argue respectfully, and I can see a better argument. So, any call for a protest right now, I support. I fear to say I support, regardless of who's calling for a protest, because in Nigeria, some are more violent than most. And right now, if you are dealing with mad people, we might have to befriend the mad part of the family, at least for a united front. And something Dr. Mo said was very important. As long as we say divided, Tinubu wins. That has always been his tactics. So, I can CPC and ACN to get APC. I don't like it, But my happiness is that the head of my movement is not a man that had 100 cattle 40 years ago and say had 100 cattle 40 years later. So Peter Obi gives me a certain level of insurance. But I repeat, any protest that we start that meanders off the path of Komot Tinubu, put Obi, if let's say it's AMPP boys now, we get mind,
Forget
get up
about
now.
wait, just no,
Hold on,
wait,
one name. Hold on.
wait.
Let me land
This
my
your play.
rusty
Where you want
aeroplane.
land your play? I don't want time. Please.
Make I land this.
No,
Make
no,
I
no,
land my
no, no, no,
earpiece.
no, 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 no.
Okay, okay,
No, no, you know
okay,
go land up. You know go
okay.
land up. You know go land
No,
up.
Okay,
Sada, make it
Wait,
land
okay,
am.
no,
Make it
no,
land
come
am.
on.
okay,
I
You know
know
why?
where this one want
okay,
land
Make it
my
am.
land
leader.
am.
This airport,
No
I know go
wahala,
land. I mean,
no
Make
say
it
you land
land
there.
am.
I
wahala,
no agree. I no agree. If we don't
no
confirm, you want
wahala,
land there. No, for this one, you know go land.
no
I will drop
wahala,
him. I will drop him.
no.
I use the authority as this.
I said no wahala, Sada. I said no
Mute
wahala.
your
We can
mic. Mute your
agree.
mic.
We can agree to
Mute
disagree.
your mic. Mute your mic.
Where we agree is that any cause for protest, I support.
End there, end there,
Where
end
Nigeria,
there,
where
end
Nigeria
there,
is now.
end there.
No,
Don't
no,
do
but
now.
Make I end
End
here.
there, just end there, please.
Violence space. Make I end here. Make I
End there,
put
please.
and
End there.
wait, wait.
okay.
Thank you.
I end here, children of God. I end
Thank
here.
you. Thank you.
God bless you all. Well-meaning, we can go back to the floor. I
Let me
yield.
please continue. Thank you.
No wahala. Eh-heh.
Anyway, I mean, personally, I was saying there's a lot, funny enough, there's a lot I learned from this particular conversation. And it's very crucial. But let's just carry on with, with speakers. Many people, some people too like, they not too like, but some people don't like action. Now, we're Nigerian, and you are the highest viewers of action film. Action, anything, action. Everybody else will just stand. Anyway, Audio, I know I've called you before, so Audio, please go ahead. Let me then we'll take the other people in the speaker session. Don't be let I see you. No worry, that topic now. But let me just say my first.
We'll go do the topic on Tuesday. Make just all of you that never request my violence space for 6 years. We're not beginning yet this one when our pennies don't stand up. Sooner, una don't come here. When our pennies will go down, though, you go left. We are not going to talk to you next week. See you next week. When we are go, please.
Yeah. So I was just going to say, I mean, irrespective, even if you want to veer off to that topic, just listen to where they talk to that. But our topics are still very much intact.
Eze
But
Nnamdi, go down, come back on Tuesday. Read Jack,
don't try
go
to.
down,
Sada
hurry
no
up.
pursue main violence as well. You know say violence
I
as
don't do
day
this because
and
very
peaceful
well.
obedience day. No pursue violence as in particular.
I make I make them
Eh-heh.
up, but
Let this
they go swear for
discussion
me.
be
They
balanced.
go swear for
Oh,
me.
fine. 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Good. Thank you very much. Good evening to everyone. Good afternoon. Good morning, according to your time. Our concern was I'm in support with what NC said. I'm in support with it, totally in support. I made a tweet concerning that this morning when I saw what Waspapi said. I will never call him my brother. I will never hold his hand. I could remember that for creating most divided nation in Nigeria. That was the things I could pen down for now. And lastly, on media, I bless God for what
Eh,
the initiative PO took.
and Yama me we got my whatever. Yeah, if they not collect this thing for your hand, you go sure. You want to talk him. All this always don't talk about do. But I mean all your points were I did in fact APC supporter say you are here. The Tinubu's if it was when this guy was talking, I just remember that it is in this Nigeria that they kidnapped over 500 children, school over 200 and something school children, pupils. We don't know if they returned all of them now. They returned them batch by batch. We don't even forget some things. The only thing you need to ask that ChatGPT or just ask him. I feel like that ChatGPT is obedient. Just go and ask, are you obedient? Before you do the screenshot, just ask, are you obedient? Make you see. It's like that ChatGPT is emotional. That's what APC will say. APC supporters will be like, what are you saying?
Everything I don't say
APC is
na Igbo
emotional.
man build
Yeah.
chat GPT.
APC supporters will tell you say ChatGPT is emotional, and they tell you. So anyway, let me quickly go over to Mommy B. I don't know if so I was going to come to you at the end.
Chat GPT is from Anambra State.
Well, let me come to you at the end. Let me just quickly take this food that we have. Let me quickly take this food that we have. So, yeah. All right, quickly. Jobident. Oh, Jobident, with Freshers don't do here since. Freshers, just quickly give your submission and I'll come to Jobident. Freshest. Going.
You miss a turn, you lose a turn. Joe Biden, please.
Jobident, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Woman, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Speak up a bit, please.
Okay. Good evening, guys. Quick one. I know say na Tuesday. Na 30 seconds I want you, so might just still talk. See, APC and PDP, especially the APC, would not, if they had the chance to do a what's it called in the southeast, raise a protest in the southeast or in the south, they would not say because the person that's going to lead it is obedient, they would not join. I beg. Even if you are not going to follow their protest, use them as a tool to set it up. They should be a catalyst. These people can be catalysts for us or for you or for whoever wants to be part of a protest, whoever wants to run a protest. Use everybody. We cannot abandon anybody, no matter how useless a broken clock is. It's also correct twice a day. So I beg, if Waspapin decides say one light fire for Tinubu Yansh, even if you not follow them, like Saddam say, follow people when they trigger. Use them. Let's because it's as a day now. See as so already. As much as I not read them, if so already enter streets, I go there for Twitter the fan am. If the thing reach my door, I'll join the fanning. So I think that everybody is useful. APC is using and PDP is currently using.
Sorry, my brother. Sorry. Repeat this thing where you talk, but convince me. Just repeat and more convincingly. You just slide. You just slide this thing. Talk this thing where now.
I go drop you. Leave
Sorry.
people. Allow people to
See,
Sorry, my leader.
make I just round up. See, right now in this thing,
You're bullying them. Stop bullying our Valencians, please.
This thing what they talk right now. PDP they do one for Edo State right now. PDP carry obedience now. They campaign obedience for Asun Ekiye, and obedience for aligning obedience, and it is happening. PDP now say this person na FS Yusuf na strong obedience. We not go poach them. He might not even, the useless Papin might not even know what he's doing, and at the end of the day, he'll be a tool we'll use. Thank you. On Tuesday, I will come talk.
Thank you. You know what you make me laugh? Jobident say, I go date Twitter the fan now until you reach my doorstep. So which is what he said actually. Like I mean, give you can give your support until you see that they are serious. Anyway, but don't off it. Just the point is that don't be the one to off it. At this point, nobody should be offing anything. Don't off it. I let it go on. All right. Quickly, let me go to Rita. Rita, please go ahead. After which I'll come to Nandi. Rita, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Almini. Emir, and says I don't miss you, Tayel. Thank God I see you today. Jimmy, Walmini, my honorable Uncle Kempela, my incoming governor, Mingo sir,
This one,
Mambolande,
take greet people.
Don't use
Idris,
your time, finish
Finish
the greet.
small.
You no go, you no go.
everybody, no wahala. Saddam, just leave me, you. And Dr. Mo, in case, if you know how to download via Bluetooth, I have few that I can give to you, okay? But I can only send it through Bluetooth to you. All right, everyone. I bring you greetings, okay? I want to talk about Tinubu's 1 year in office. Tinubu's 1 year in office have brought us nothing more than disgrace, shame, disaster, hunger, and death. The man who claimed to be the president of the most brilliant black race on earth travels outside the shores of Nigeria, and he's been avoided like a plague. I just did the first one because I really need to laugh so that I don't cry on this space. As brilliant as we are, the man representing us as president is being avoided like a plague on several occasions. On several occasions, at different countries, not just one country. Under this man, Nigeria has gone down beyond the drain to the extent Nigerians has gone so low as going out to queue in the in the hundreds to the point of dying because they just want a bag of rice that they may not even give to one of them. They might give to so many of them to share. In Lagos State, we lost 7 people. In Nasarawa, we lost 7 people. Now, these are the ones we saw. How about the ones we did not see? Before this time, we have been shouting about Nigerians going to places where they sell frozen foods to beg for heads of fish to eat. Now, check it out now that the economy is like this. Can you imagine what Nigerians are going through now under this man in just 1 year? In just 1 year. Like, seriously? I can't wait to have him get out of that place. Seriously, I can't wait to have him get out from there. And as for those that are still supporting this man, if you are doing it deliberately, Baba God will punish you. But if you're doing it out of ignorance, may He forgive you and open your eyes to the reality. Nigerians are suffering, and this is not this is not talking because you want this candidate or you want that candidate. These are facts. These are things we see on daily basis. Sometimes you want to help, but how many people can you help? What do you even have? What you have, is it still sufficient for you? Man, Baba God will punish whoever that is supporting this disaster knowingly because you're eating from them. But if you're doing it ignorantly, God will forgive you. Nigerians, I yield.
All
Before
right.
then, sorry, the 1 year of APC, Tinubu in particular, now disaster. Look at our children. They don't have morals to read anymore. How they won't take read when you know go school, you they lead them. What do they want read for? I yield. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vita. All right, quickly, let's go straight to. Meanwhile, Jimmy sent me polo. Jimmy, Jimmy
Yeah,
does
it's
send.
up on the jumbotron already. I put it up on the jumbotron.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. You two have put out. I mean, I just put okay. There's a poll on the jumbotron, so you both should go and vote. Vote your school of thought. I feel like my school of thought is winning. Anyway, go ahead, Izanandi, Elijah.
Good evening, everybody. My Oga Saddam, good evening, sir. Well meaning, it has been a while, and
They say they fuck up, oh, they fuck up, they fuck up. But no, Allah.
say, I decided to calm down. Now, no tell me, say, na so na they do for here. Since my former account was suspended, I've tried to play the type of politics that Dr. Mo is advising us. You have to take it easy. So The thing do me like shock. Elon Musk pursued me. He did not even give me button to appeal. There was no, he told me to go from there. So, and since I came back, I've been very careful so that he will not even know. My voice is peculiar, you know. But it's from Saddam that I learned all these things. So, I don't know what they are using because then they will shout, shout, shout. Nothing happened to their account. Me and I join and shout. You see where I found myself. So since I'm managing this thing, I'm trying to be. That's why I would have preferred you people don't interrupt Dr. Mo. I always say it. We have a lot of PO. These days I'm even confused. We have a lot of PO in this movement. When you listen to Balamia Zik speak, you don't want the space to end. If you now listen to Ibrahim, you'll be confused. For the first time in my life, I could not choose between the two individuals. I don't know whether tomorrow I'll say I'm for Balamia Zik. Next tomorrow I'll say I'm Ibrahim. Not going in. The confusion that part of northern Nigeria is bringing to me. In fact, in an election, somebody like me, I will pray 2 times because if Balamia Zik is there, Ibrahim is there. I don't know. We have to just find a way to say that when you pray 2 times is not invalid vote. The
Isn't
vote.
that we go to the topic?
Okay.
Isn't that go
Yes.
to the topic?
So what I'm trying to say is that we should forget about the likes of these idiots. You cannot choose to view a tribe from a certain lens when God has blessed us with the likes of Dati, with the likes of Dr. Mo, with the likes of Balamia Zik. What I would rather do is my agenda. I want to start with where we stopped. That's what I came here to ask everybody on this space. Going forward, what is the agenda? If the agenda agends with my agenda, I will motivate you. I will push you. Whether I'm pushing you into fire or wherever. But whatever we are going to do to achieve that my agenda, we just have to agenda. That's what I learned from Dr. Mo today. And if all of us can run with this thing, I believe we have solved 97% of our problem on this space. And we will look on how to expand that angle of that discussion. Because you see this agenda, that is the only way I can come out from band E. The problem is not that I'm not having light, but NEPA have vowed to give me 30 minutes. So what they do is that they will give me for 30 minutes. And that's why I say I have to be careful. I have to be careful how I speak on violence space because they have located me via my banding. Before now, under Buhari, I was having 20 hours, 24 hours light. Some days, 3 days, there will be light constant in my place. I stay in GRA where I stay. But out of violence space, they've identified me. It's not that I don't have light, but I have 30 minutes. Then they will take it for 1 hour and then bring it back another 30 minutes. So I cannot, in the past 1 week, guarantee you people that have had light more than 45 minutes as they go, but there will be light. So they have vowed that the light will be useless to me. I cannot use it to achieve anything. Currently, as I'm speaking to you, I have light. But I think about in the next 15 minutes, it should be off. So that is my current reality. And if there is
Then they
anything
play
that can
mind
pull
games
me
with
out
you.
of this hellfire, if there is any agenda that has PO at the head, I don't care whether it's coming from the north or coming from the south, or whether it's Asari Dokubo. That is why I envision myself aligning with Asari. Because with the way he's crying, he has gone ahead of me. He has gone ahead of me. And because
Don't
these are
die
the people
today.
with their munitions. These are the people, while we were campaigning, Tinubu's son was in the
Isn't that
creek
the big now?
aligning. No, Shazam, I'm landing. Tinubu's son was in the creeks aligning. Sheyi was in the creeks aligning. So this is the time for me to locate my creek brothers. Because I feel a lot of things need to be combined to be able to take these people out. If it is only by this argument of it must be the way, you don't understand people's class, religion. See, we are, no matter how you religion. See, we are, no matter how you talk about the North today, I am an Igbo man. Igbo brother will far away. A Northerner will take you down first. Let me tell you, anything he does not approve of, you look at him as a low person. But anything he does not approve of will not work. No matter how highly placed you are, no matter who you are, if he comes to me and tell me, Oga, you see this thing, me will run on this way. My brother, you are finished. If that opinion is against you, I'm sorry for you. Because you see that these people you call Northerners, when you meet a true Northerner, you will know that Nigeria is a beautiful place. So forget the likes of the riffraffs that have, by virtue of being engaged financially, have projected themselves to constitute nuisance. And you use them to cancel the hard work of the likes of Dr. Mo and Ibrahim and make a mess of the energy there. Do you know what it takes to reverse a generation? You know, sometimes we need to give these demonic powers their flowers because they have been able to engineer a system that works for them. They have been able to keep a majority. That is why an article will tell you boldly on national TV that 90%, it is a boasting point for him. To you that is enlightened, you feel embarrassed. But he has funded to be sure that 90% of where he comes from is out of education. And he will tell you on national TV. Do you know why he's telling you? He's telling you because he can twist those people to cause anarchy and mayhem. That even no matter how right you are, he will truncate that your justice. That thing you think that is working, he will truncate it. So you need to give them their flowers because over years they have funded it. They have invested time and energy. It is now the time of obedient movement, not to complain on Twitter and follow our principle to do the footwork. Because the people you are fighting against, they worked for it. You think it is easy to carry drugs? Or you can supply drugs in Cuba now? Come out from your house. Go and do drugs now. He's a drug lord. He's a drug lord. Go and do drugs and see if they will not eliminate you in one of the borders. So let us be careful and learn how to walk. Everybody just they run from work. That was why I was vehemently against. During the elections, we contested the election, fought as Nigerians and won the election. After the election, I don't know who brought the narrative of Nigerians in Nigeria and Nigerians in diaspora. Oh yeah, now, yes, the last violent space. I purposely listen these days. When Mini said he logged out of Twitter Nigeria for some while, so that his mental balance. When Mini, your mental balance is my reality. Your mental balance is my life. That is what I live on day to day. So you should give me my flowers. That I am still alive today, I deserve an award. If you think it is easy, come down from outside the country. Stay here. Let me
Come
send
and
phone to
survive
you.
Tinubu 1 year.
Bro, we don't
Come back
need.
here. Let me see if you last 5 days
Not
without
be
being
you,
kidnapped.
Hey,
If
off
you
your
last
mic,
5
off
days
your
without
If
mic.
you
unnecessary
survive
Off the
bad
kidnapping.
mic,
A,
off the
Madam,
mic,
I'm
off
Off
the
yielding
your
now.
mic,
mic.
off the
Wait,
mic, off
I
the
am
mic.
yielding now. If you last 5 days without being kidnapped in Nigeria, I will give you 200,000. If they do not kidnap you, your father, your mother, or someone around you, if you know we shout against you, we do everything against you. And as I yield my people, please, it is now in this my lifetime. See, look at the type of loan. If you pay your loan, this is what. So these people actually rate us like the likes of what's happening to us, to Tinubu, to Tinubu, actually, we don't have sense.
All of us
That
na
is,
kudus.
we are a finished
Now, could
country.
use all of
All these criminals. Let us battle this wicked entity. Let us battle this demonic coven through whichever means. If it means joining Ogboni to take out these people, I will join temporarily. And by the time I remove them, I will return back to my faith.
Off your mic.
Anything that is my agenda, if you are working ready to work with my agenda, come. I will partner with you. Thank you very much, and I yield.
I love
Oh,
violence space.
I need to clap.
our black cap for our neck.
Kuniaka.
Best submission. Best submission.
I swear to God, I go cut this submission, play and tie. Hey!
What is the one said? Anybody in your ideology, I will align with
Oh,
you.
why you go align with Atani Dokumo? Because say, na turn by turn, no.
So now say make I no
Madam,
laugh Asari. May we join Asari for
as
life.
long as he support our
Okay.
turn, if he fall into our agenda, he make you follow us.
I swear. Let's go, please.
Yeah. But as you accuse me falsely, we can't be this now. Now, who me they defend Nigerians in Nigeria? That you know they not for that space. Why they thought say me they not say me anybody die. See,
My brother, no worry, all man
No, I
collect,
was so
even
pained when
diaspora.
you said you logged out of my life to have mental health. What you are logging out of is my life. That's me.
Which band you did? This one don't be like band A. I don't understand this.
I did band EO, but I lobbied, somehow after they lobby, there are some things I
no,
did that I cannot say on space. So, we must survive. We must survive. So, when I did it, currently I'm on band C. That is why, I'm trying to now do the second discussion. So, I will know whether they can even increase it to 2
This
hours
your band. It be
per
like say
session.
they
Come to
bandana
band free.
or bandwagon.
now bad wagon you did, or you are lucky. You know they
Now
abandoned.
bandit.
You know they abandoned or bandit. Anyway, thank you very much, Ezonas. I beg, we had this space for that reason of Kiwi. Maybe my neighbor not go call police for me, I beg.
Well, now I know violence space, not too much.
Anyway, quick, let me just go to Jenstar. Jenstar, please go ahead.
Let me stand on all existing protocols.
Hey, seriousness, enter space. So seriousness, enter
Yes,
space.
exactly.
Again.
I'm not going to talk about the dangers of investing in Lagos. If you don't have anything to do with your money, you can throw it away and put it in Lagos. That's your problem. Bat 1 year in office, Bat is irrelevant. I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about POMedia. I am excited. I follow the handle. And POMedia is all about, in my opinion, setting a narrative. And this is why I agree with Dr. Mo. Okay? And I want to use the remaining 3 or whatever minutes to talk about the last frontier. You see the Talakawas, the ordinary man in the north, who Peter Obi has been having all of those meetings with, doing all of those things for. You see those people? Those are the same people who gave Buhari 8 million votes against Obasanjo, 10 million votes, 11 million votes, 3 consecutive times. Those are the same people who supported the Kwankwasia movement in Kano. You see that group of people, when they follow you to the death. When they fight for you, their fight is like the fight of the old English swordsmen. It is a fight to the death. You see those people, when they contested election, they while the rest of us in the South went to bed, they followed like swarms of ants their ballot in the middle of the night, even after during the presidential elections. Those people were burnt in a room, accused. The burning. One senator was accused of doing it, or House of Rep member from Kano was accused of it. The same people, despite locking up some of them and burning them, came back in the gubernatorial election and they fought APC to the death. APC was in the national. APC was a state governor in Kano State. Those guys unsat an APC governor when you had APC in the federal and APC in the state. Dogged,
Rugged, if they stick with you, they die with you. You see those people? I call them the last frontiers of the obedient movement. Tinubu got the majority of his vote in the north. And when they see Peter Obi breaking into the north, they are worried. Because if Peter Obi should unlock those same Talakawas that were shouting, say Baba, those same people who stuck with Buhari multiple times across multiple circles, election cycles, if they buy PO's ideology, it is a goner. And where is APC without the vote of the North? Where is APC without the Talakawas? Honestly, any money, any campaign spent to get those people to buy Obi's ideology, I am with them. And I'm with anybody who would do that. Secondly, I challenged Arewa Chick in one of the spaces that I joined. I said, see, we're in a contest of narratives. Fake news is big business. Okay? Remember that Tinubu's government, when they were going to contest to defeat Jonathan, remember that they hired a communication strategist who powered Obama's campaign, David Axelrod. Okay? If it was nothing, they will not pay all that money to unseat Jonathan. And I challenged Arewa Chick. I said, why is it that somebody sat down in his house and created a Twitter handle and called it Arewa Twitter? Why is it not an obedient that owns that handle called Arewa Twitter? Set up yours. And I saw Dan Bonu put up a vote or something for people to choose a name. Where is it? You guys get it up and running. Set the agenda. Why are Arewa obedience not setting the agenda in the north? Who will do it for you? Do we think we are joking, or do we think this is a government where we want to do the work of the opposition? In the UK, the opposition is called Her Majesty's Her Majesty's official opposition. We are the official opposition because PDP is dead. You, the northern obedience, you are upset that what's popping is doing what? Why are you not the what's popping? Why are you not holding your weekly spaces the way Jimmy got up and started organizing all the Yorubas who are Omoluabis? And they challenged and wrestled the bigots to the ground and stood their ground and said, no, people like Jimmy, people like Uncle Dele Farotimi, they destroy the narrative that Yoruba people are like this. And you that are the Arewa obedience, set up Arewa Twitter 2.0. Write in Hausa, set up your weekly spaces. The rest of us will come and sit there, whether we understand what you're saying or not. Hold your governors to account. I round up with one thing. I called on all Deltans. I said, let us go and oppose Governor Sheriff of Delta State. Delta State had 483 billion, the highest allocation in 2023. What I've been doing for the past 1 week, any tweet he puts up, I will go there and go and respond. Almost about every tweet he puts up, except I'm working or I'm busy, I go there and I tweet. Do you know what? They've been noticing me for a week. I commented this afternoon, one of the people, because the governor put up something and I commended him. And I said, when you do right, you will be commended. When you do evil, you will be called out. Somebody went there and said, thank you this evening. I went to look at the person. He's one of their special advisors on whatever to the governor. I followed him because he will be added to the dragging with the governor. This is a battle of narrative. Stop complaining that somebody else is setting the narrative. Set your own narrative. We in Delta State, on Saturday, we're having a space, and I've told the people who are coming to the space in Delta State, I'm not interested in talk. Me is action. As I am here, I told you yesterday, I have when Umaru Musa Yar'Adua was alive, I wrote a letter to him. I wrote a letter to the office of the governor, and I called his PA, and he said the letter has been received. And I have said it that after we finish the spaces on Delta State, we will have actions, and we will tell our governor these are our actions. If you don't do it, we are going to petition the EFCC. Please, actions set the narrative. I yield the mic.
Thank you very much, yes. That
Sadam,
was
please help me
shocking.
cut this speech. I beg. There are certain points I think she dropped
that are very powerful, and she might have just been speaking in the spirit and might not have known. But even within the narrative, certain examples will be expounded on in the back end. Please keep this speech for me, Abek. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was such a good submission actually. Point by point, back to back. Made a lot of sense. In fact, while I won't ring the bell, my conscience dey tell me say, it's not say I dey look time. And I know. Thank you very much, Jensta. All right, quickly, I'm just gonna go straight to dreams. Okay, I have
Yeah,
okay, dreams, go ahead now.
yeah,
Well,
1
meaning,
minute.
random question. If you are running for
Okay.
president of Nigeria, would you pick David Axelrod or Harrison?
Harrison, I'll go to now voted.
You get what I want. You get reason why I asked that issue. But say certain people can work at
Harrison, go
certain
to
times in a nation's life. If someone had Axelrod today, I don't think Axelrod could win him an election against obedience. But anyway, that's another discussion. I yield. Continue.
Yeah, no, the truth is that obedient movement, consciously or unconsciously, in fact, I think mostly unconsciously, I've done a lot, and
We have a
it's
lot of
what we do.
Axelrods within our movement.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I just say that name. No say once person don't get name join. On the normal day, person, what how they do for this Twitter sometimes, or Lucci or Spotlight. So what we get for this moment where the narrative forget to. Anyway, Jules, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, my brother. Women in Nigeria, I greet you, Saddam. I greet you, Sizo. Dr. Mo, good evening to you all. Yeah, good evening, Mommy Bolande. I greet you, ma. Okay, what I want to say is this. You see, the issue of unity is very, very essential. Uh, in fact, that is the most important thing that we need in this very movement. We need unity, like say tomorrow, no day. If there is any way we can achieve it, I think that is what we need to achieve first and foremost. If we are united, we will be a strong force, a very strong force to this very administration of Tinubu government. So therefore, we need to start paying close attention to anything that can unite us. People that have same ideology with us, not the likes of Waspapi and the rest of them. Though, if Waspapi can be an igniting match on this agenda, he can be a catalyst. Fine and good. So the likes of David Omahi that tries to talk shit about P2B or inciting the Igbo. I think that is what he thinks that is a political game that he's playing. Omahi is somebody that has forgotten where he started. I think that is the thing, and he also forgot that he has bunch of corrupt issues surrounding him. So coming in public to talk shit, man, we are going to let him understand that yes, we've been keeping it for him. So this is somebody that owed a woman, a married woman. Omahi owed this woman for 9 good years without paying him his campaign decor and event planning fee agreement price or fee that they agreed. Till just because the woman refuses to lay down on bed with him. And this woman has been crying all this while. Omahi has refused. Any little thing he threatens to kill. And this is how Omahi has been playing his politics. So we have all the evidence and we will be putting it up on timeline steady, one after the other. So one thing I will urge all obedient is please, like I used to say, all hands on the desk. no loose guarding, because fighting this government is what is left for all of us now. We have
Yeah,
no other option. We need to fight.
yeah,
That is it. Thank you, my brother.
totally agree.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, James. Thank you very much. Once we just repeat now, see this guy na de- David Dumain adept of Wahala. Anyway, Ariwachi, sure up. Okay, I think she's coming up. Mommy B, do you want to go before Ariwachi comes or
No. You know me now. Idea house.
yeah, yeah,
I'll
okay,
go
okay.
first, please.
So I think Ariwachi is is probably struggling with network.
Yeah,
Ariwachi,
well,
are you there?
yeah, I'm here. Good
Yeah, go
evening.
ahead.
Well, meaning, MS, Dr. Mo, good evening, Mommy P. Okay, the only thing I came to discuss here is not even anything that I heard is what I'm talking about. And why I want to talk about it is because a lot of people you dey laugh well meaning. My own make they just raise and I be my own. You be then spoke my mind. Like as it dey hot. If
You too like violence.
anybody will feel use as conduit is very, very welcome. Even if Nasari Dokubo we pin. As long as we would collectively come together and speak out the hardship, because everybody they collect. It's not like it's a selective collecting. Everybody is collectible to like everybody. So and everybody, I think at some point, a lot of people already they are beginning. See, our threshold is becoming very thin by the day. And if you go to the timeline, you find out that these same people who support this thing are also crying. I was in a space and these same people that supported this government, with their full chest, with their full blockers, with their full leg, with their full is anybody that is going to be a conduit for us to be able to start whatever it is we are in. Go to handles like all these northern handles. These are handles that you find out that supported, this Muslim tickets, because they use the Muslim arrangement, to get them. That is the best way they could get them. They sold Obi short, sold a lot of fake narratives to the northerners, and they did not allow them to see Obi for who he is. This same Muslim ticket that they sold to them was what they used in capturing these people. Now these people have supported these people, and now they are facing the heat. See, you will see things. Just if you are very conversant with most of these northern handles, go to their comment section, go to most of their tweets lately. You will know that it's biting really hard. You will see things that there is never a more useless president than what we are having now. So when you see comment, when you go to their comment sections, you see the kind of the comments that you see in these comment sections. Most these are people that in the past, before the hardship got to the level it is now, these are people that will tell you no, is 4 plus 4 is going to be 8 years. Yeah, Obi should try again. Now the whatever they are saying now is different, and the annoying thing is you will see obedience saying you and who no, we must complete this 8 years. See, I want to beg us, please. That's the only reason why I came up. I don't have business with any of this topic because that's for me. Nothing. I don't even have anything to say about it because we have more pressing issues. The thing now is we have people who are already igniting past now. Allow them to ignite this thing and let's join these people to do what we have to do. We clear obedience to stop going to go and tell them don't do this, don't do that. You're not in support of it. No, you people must see, please. Time for us to be sarcastic. This is not even the best time for us to be sarcastic. If you are hungry, if it's biting hard, you will forget the ability to even be sarcastic. Please, let's stop saying no, we are not going to join them, because that's what I keep seeing in those Ariwa timelines. You see another telling you that we have to come together and do something about these people. You see things like, okay, no, we have to find a way to, bring ourselves together. I see a lot of us countering and going against it.
I think you keep season, like your audio keeps season, but I mean, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, well meaning. Can't you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you. Okay, just try and round up. It was season at some point.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So all I'm begging us is, please, whoever is going to come from, whoever is going to be, even if the person is the most dishonest person, now is time to say we're not doing anything, we're not doing anything. We are fighting for our lives. See, Nigeria is very difficult right now. People are suffering. People are buying fuel for 1,007. In some places, I even heard 2,000 in the north. Please, this is not the time for us to be sarcastic. If anybody is saying they want to do this is the time for us to come together. Keep aside our differences. Keep aside the fact that you supported this party, and where were you when we were saying do this? This is not the time for us to start doing blame games. The time for blame games is over. Now we are fighting for our lives. Now we need to collectively come together so that we can fight these people. Because until we decide to fight people, we cannot win this battle alone. Forget that we are obedient. Obedient cannot win this battle alone. How many obedient did we call for protest? How many came out? So if people want to come out now, this is whatever party it is, we don't care. Please stop discouraging people from coming out. This is the time for you to raise them. Don't go and be cooling anything. Nobody send you to go and be cooling anything, to go and be calming anybody down, to go and be sarcastic on our behalf. Please, anywhere you see such tweets, raise them. That is all I have to say.
Thank you very much, Arimachi. Omo, bless, something is really happening in Nigeria, because if you listen to Omo, Arimachi is not joking. Like, this has pretty much gone beyond banter, and which brings me to the question I was saying earlier. Sometimes it looks as if what some obedience wants is probably. I know sometimes these banters are sweet. We've enjoyed it, like, but just knowing when not to become a dampener as well, so you don't dampen what we are trying to.
I beg,
Yeah, I actually said
which
something.
party in they? Which party in they support? This guy called me.
Why? Oh, you asked me why get support.
Yes.
I'm struggling with your
I
audio. Why
beg,
get?
who is correcting our chicks audio to your loan? Eh?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, because it's like to talk, every other word, then they hold them.
Well, meaning, can you hear me?
We can now.
This guy called Whitebeard, please, which party in they support? Please, anybody will know, make just tell me.
ABC, APC.
This same
Is a
guy, they
disgruntled
for space
APC
when
member.
me and am they talk say when we ready, we enter streets. How you know
Enter
say you don't ready?
street Bawo. Which street is he entering? Look at them, a bunch of alatenujes of the world.
This is perfect answer. SC says a disgruntled.
That is it. He didn't. No crumbs are falling from the table of his paymaster. So he's very disgruntled. I have to agree with that submission.
A lot of them are disgruntled right now because they didn't expect it. It don't read.
Oh yeah. I just want to say something. The day when obedience just gree say, and we just say more the histories with every other person. I swear to God, all these APC boys, where they see they shout like this, that they go carry cutlass there for front. If they catch Tinubu, this people they shout every power. He say, you say that they just they make them they shame. if they catch Tinubu, they go beat her like thief.
But yet again, Saddam, I had to play devil's advocate. If Tinubu share them one bag of rice, one oil with 2,000, 24 hours
My
to
brother,
if
and I
they
lie.
catch
All these
am.
people reason are banter with the don't that.
Okay.
See, let me tell you something
I
about this.
yield. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
You see these people, you see the things that they are shameless. You see shameless people. Shameless people don't have, you are messing with their ego on social media. That's why you see them there. Had it been say we know they send their papa and mama, we just do
Yeah, that
strictly.
kind of prove a point. Yeah.
Shameless people, they are shameless. They don't know how to come out, follow you and say, I have lost. No, they don't want to know that I have lost. Just announce today boys this street. You will be Solomon going to lead Lagos protest with the NURT boys. People are suffering in that country. You think they are waiting for it to happen. You will see. You will see what will happen. Let's close up today.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very. Mommy, be go ahead. What you wanted to say? Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I came back up. N6. I kind of I get what you're saying though. Me too. I will find it very difficult because I don't trust them yet. But then there are people that I don't know that I've seen on social media, right? Who are speaking truth to power from the north, and I say to myself, right, if we have those people, right, to lead, there's no question about it. I mean, and the reason why I would be somewhat cautious is because Tinubu, if you know Tinubu, if you pay them to go and do something so they can, people will fall. I don't trust. So maybe I need to trust more, right? Because yes, we need to do it together. It can't be one part of the country, right? While the rest of the country sit down and look. If everybody agrees that they're suffering, right, and that this administration has not favored them, and there's likely to be more suffering, then at that point, yes, we need to put aside any political differences. If people say they all in, but you see those particular ones where they Twitter. Where they talk nonsense today, nonsense tomorrow, who have nothing better to do, right, than drag P2B. It will be very hard for me, right, to accept that they truly want a new Nigeria. And like, Saddam just said, these people that are whining on social media, it's not because they want a better Nigeria. It is because they have no access to the crumbs that are falling from their paymasters' table. So all of this one they're doing, N6 has always maintained for a long while of violent space that protests will start in the north, right? And once it starts, depending on how your tummy day, how your belly day, if you're hungry or not, you have to make a judgment call, because when it starts like that, it's an organic thing, then it's more likely to take root, right, and spread like fire. But you know what? When we get there, we shall see. Anyway, what I really wanted to talk about is Peter B's coming to the UK. I mean, if you're in the UK, I am going to say to you, I have put it on the Jumbotron. I've asked you, are you ready? Please, they showed me tickets this evening. Hey, if you snooze, you lose, right? And here's the thing. People have asked me about why the name of the event, the location of the events are not on the flyers. Here's the thing. In the past, when we've done an event bright and we've asked people to register, because this is all about crowd control, because you have maximum occupancy. My Niger people will click on the link. It will show them all the details that they need, and they will not go on to complete that registration. So we've left it. You will literally have to register, right? In order to get the full address. But for some guidance, obviously the first one is POs having an engagement with students from two universities, and Obviously, anyone and everyone can join. um and then we that's in Cambridge, and then later on, Bill is continuing his thank you tour. It don't reach our turn. We're so happy. If you want to see PO later on in the evening, the venue is in Southeast London, so consider how you do your plans and whatnot. I remember it's bank holiday on Monday, right? So it's not like, I mean, I know some of us would have gone to work for double pay. However, this is important. Don't come and complain to me later that a PO came, you did not know. It's on the Jumbotron. The PO Media Center has tweeted it, right? Go and don't leave it to tomorrow. If you're still awake, go and book it now. The tickets are almost gone. Thank you. That's all I came up to say. I yield.
Thank you very much, man. Well meaning fell off. All right, well meaning.
Yeah, I think he sent a request.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I mean, my phone fell out there. Went, I don't know, I logged out. All right, thank you very much, Mommy B. You heard what she said. But I actually was going to confirm. When you say register, it's actually free, yeah? Because, is it free?
It is a free, totally
Yeah,
free
so I
event.
know Nigeria, once Nigeria
Um,
get registration, I did. I say, I blessed it. So just to be clear,
no. It's purely
for
for,
crowd management.
crowd
Yeah,
management.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's totally free. So guys, let's UK people, Mona go register. Mona not go get crash. Nigerians, you guys like it crashing too much, or we like it crashing too much. Anyway, I think on that note, would bring to this space. It was quite an engaging and exciting space. A lot was discussed that I think I want to believe a lot of people got some messages from all points of views, actually, not on any extreme. Jimmy's poll, so I don't neglect Jimmy's poll. Uh, Jimmy's poll I put up, as of now, I'm looking at it, there were about 394 votes, and the majority, this one, a majority takes. So majority says if they show seriousness. The question was, should obedience join forces with protest agitators or wait it out? And one of the options is if they show seriousness. There was not sure at 4%, no, yes at 32 and 21% respectively. But if they show seriousness, so let's hope that these guys are serious. But what Saddam said is quite key. Let's ignore the loud riffraffs a lot of the time and focus on, and that may involve you to an extent, right? Reducing, the attack, especially that's why it's not really good to do like a generic tribal attack or ethnic attack, because the truth is that those few that are starting to change their mind, those few that don't realize, oh, this thing, we need to join up. When you can't take away their religious sentiment, and you can't blame them because we too, Christians, Southerners, we also have our sentiment. You get, so if they feel like you are now attacking from their other points of view, it might also rile them up to say, see people who want, so, but you see all these other riffraffs that are claiming influencers from the north, ignore them. Jenstar said something that I just keep thinking about, the fact that they burnt people inside a building in Kano during the presidential election, but they still went out to vote during the governorship. I was just thinking, just opposed with the South or more. If that happened in the South, your mama will tell you, say, hey, you know you're waiting happen. You want to go put your head, but they go anywhere. So I mean, so it's we have different. I feel like both regions of Nigeria has their disadvantages and advantages, or their strengths and weaknesses. So if every time you lay on the weakness of other religion other region, now not religion, other parts of the country, you only emphasize on their weaknesses, but you also forget that your region has a lot of weaknesses, right? So we need to identify that, okay, we have our weaknesses, they have theirs, they have their strength, we have ours. Let's find a way to use all that. Please don't forget our space on Saturday where we'll be talking about, because apparently everybody's looking at election. So if we really are open on election to an extent, then the least we can help it out, me and a lot of other people do, is to see how we can also make the rigging a little bit by 8 p.m. The flyer is on the jumbotron. The space schedule is on the jumbotron as well. Just look for it and do to make all this come through. All right. On that note, I'll yield to Saddam.
All right, thank you very much, my brother. Web in Nigeria, guys. Thank you very much. I think we have come to the end of on that space. But on the final note, also just to add more light to what women have said here and what we have been saying for so long, I want to say this: the obedient movement is a movement of well-meaning Nigerians. I say that are looking for a better country, a country that works for everyone across all divide, whatever you represent, whatever you stand for, as long as in fact, after the whole elections, we have come to see that even in the obedient movement itself, we get people we get people turn to obedience way even worse than people they outside there. We have seen it and it is open, so we should understand that this is one big tent that has all sort of people inside it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But one thing that we can all say is that we are all looking for a country that works, you know. So even a criminal self won't make Nigeria work, make him know they carry gun. So understand this because we understand how we started or we're looking at P2B in everybody. I'm sorry to tell you that there's only one P2B. There is no two P2B. He doesn't have twin self. His brother self cannot be like him. Yeah, so it is just that man, and we can rally behind him, both the good, the bad, and the ugly. Understanding that the good, the bad, and the ugly will not hold positions in power, but our collective goal, our collective zeal as a people, will bring in someone that can begin to change the system and begin to change the way politics works in our country. So please, it's time to get down off from our high horses. Many of us have built so many high horses and built so many morality and feel like sometimes we're in church, we're this thing. I sometimes I say I look at myself and I say, if there's one, I'm standing for myself and I say, if there's one person I can hit my chest anytime, any day, every minute and say, a dime, I can come out and say a kobo from this movement I've never collected in this movement. I'm not collected from politicians. I'm not collected from anywhere, anybody, anytime. But if there's any person that is most insulted on social media, apart from my brother Harry now that have taken over the badge, it's me. They have called me all names, all sort of names. They label me criminal, thief, this, that, and that. But at the time I look at them, it's like, what thing they happen safe? You understand? So you have to think it is not about you or what you think about yourself. It's about the country itself. If you understand this movement, you understand what we stand for, you won't think about it. You look at the big picture, which is we coming together to save our country. Please, guys, understand these things we have to start building these bridges. Peter Obi is doing it against all odds. He will sit down with people that you will not feel comfortable with. He will meet people that you don't feel comfortable with. But understand that it is not about how comfortable you are, it is about how comfortable Nigeria can be. That is the most important thing, please, guys. It's very, very important. So thank you very much. I think we'll be talking about this because this is one topic that the obedience will have been shying off from, will have been running away from. Everybody wants to feel, oh, so I'm so holy, I'm so proud, I'm so clean, I'm so this, I'm so that. Please, we have to understand Nigeria is happening to every single person, and to rescue Nigeria, all hands must be on deck. Thank you to all our Valencians, my brother N6. Thank you so much. We'll continue our fight and bickering at the back scene with well-known Nigeria. Thank you so much. Dr. Mo, it's good to have you today. It's been an amazing platform with you, my big brother. Thank you so much for the work you guys are doing. Guys, please keep following the obedience. The PO Obedient Media Center, I think they're doing an amazing job. Support them, please. And also, not because you see that there is P2P, the obedient PO obedient people have opened, there's a media season, I will not back down and say, and the work of the obedient, my work there's not a media team. If they don't tweet, you're not going to start attacking them. Why are they not tweeting? No. Do not forget your role. They are just there to probably just do something. I'm not even saying I said they didn't do anything. Every day you wake up as an obedient, be ready to call this government out, to drag these people, let them have no peace. As long as Nigerians cannot eat, the government should not eat also. So please, guys, do not forget that. Thank you, my mommy, Mombolale. Arewa Chick, my brother, Ezenam, it's good to have you. You had an amazing submission. I think you're the man of the match today. We'll be giving you your flowers as always. Thank you to all those that could not come up and speak today. I beg, no vex. It's just that we have a time cap to these spaces and we have tried our best today. I know today's topic was so hot. We will be back on Tuesday. We'll be discussing this particular topic exclusively, except as usual, something will happen because with Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his propaganda government, something will always happen. I can bet on that. They will bring one very heavy bobo juice by this weekend. Investor Sabinus is investing $77 trillion. It go happen. I go see him. We'll talk on Tuesday. Thank you very much. If you didn't come up to speak, no vex. One more time, I see my brother Momo. Yes, we'll be having, I think, Sylvester Monier will be on the platform with us, I think, on one of these violence spaces. One of them will be here with us. Please anticipate that space. My sister Pels, it's good to have you here. Violence Space team, cast and crew, God bless you guys for making sure these spaces are being streamed across all our platforms on the Violence Space radio station, the Violence Space YouTube channel, the Violence Space Facebook. Thank you so much. Thank you, my brother Joe, the obedient and amazing person. God bless you, sir. Ken Pella, Honorable himself, thank you for really coming out here. Our number one violence, governor of Delta State. Thank you, sir, for your presence. Non-conformist, my brother, thank you so much. Omega XD, the man behind the space, thank you so much. Chief, my big brother, thank you so much, sir. Chief One, Nwachimelu, thank you. Naomi, Anka, Dede, Mama Wakiri, Honorable Ada, Dr. Ekena, Chelsea, one today. Chelsea fans. Oh God. Oh my goodness. Justice, thank you. Kolade, Mr. Frank, Oluwadami, Larry, Olawaski, Shilo D, Mutuminanagode. Thank you so much. The Jack, Chike.